And I have appeared. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you can all hear me. Please let me know what's going on. I'm standing in as such for the good and right honourable urban legend who seems to be in a hole somewhere at the moment, lost. But, that's life. How is everyone? All good? I hope you're sorry I'm a bit late. These things happen. Loud and proud. Thanks, Richard. Let's have a look. Who have we got in? All right, hang on a minute. Oh, scroll to the top. We have 40 people in already. Wicked. Right. So we have Eleanor, Colonel, Mark Urbex. How you doing? Melissa. Why, man? Joe. What else we got? Oh, we're going down. Blah, blah, blah. Craig. I think I said Craig already. Jason Hartley. Welcome in. Mick, how you doing? I'm just going down and scrolling. Luke, how's it going? Eddie F in the house. I think that's about it for now. Oh, Pac-Man Dave. If anybody wants to come up, let me know. I think some people are going to join later. Dazzy 84 is here. Well known unknown. I'm nearly at the bottom. Rockbox. Hello there. That's a weird name. Right. So what we've all been up to? Me, usual crap. Haven't been able to do anything because my car broke down. Wonderful. Cost me 200 quid. Happy days. The exhaust fell off, or half of it. That was good, wasn't it? Tracy doing 53 people in. Oh, cool, man. Waiting for the link, said John. Joe, have you not got it yet? Mel, if you got Joe, I don't have Joe's details, and I think Matt was going to send them. So, Joe, we shall get it to you shortly. Ma'am, now, how you doing? You got the link. All right, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can do it a different way. Oh, I haven't got Discord either because I had to change my phone. Oh, who's got Joe's details? I'll send it to Liam. Liam, mate. Liam will have it. Joe. Bottoms up. Madre. Oh. So, before I say anything else, it's the 1st of October. So, including today, we got 19 days to Armageddon. So, what I would like you to do, if you haven't bought a ticket, buy a ticket. Yeah, and Spanner Boy who keeps on bloody sending me PayPal things, well done, thanks. Do it all you like. Don't give a shit. You're exposed. We know who you are. You know who you are. Fuck off. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so Armageddon. If you haven't got the tickets, I'm sure someone's going to be able to put that in the chat. If not, I will do it. But I'm trying to finish everything else at the same time. Hang on, give me a minute. I will put the link up for you. Now, there are still tickets. Not many, but there is. They are still there. So please. There we go. Have it. So what's everyone been up to then? Snorlax, how you doing? Louise, how's things? Andrea, how are you? What's coming in? 58. Oh dear. Ooh. Tar. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Oh, that's one person I didn't send it to. Let me just go like that. Just sending the link to people. Really. go. Right, just doing a bit more linkage. Don't worry about it. There we go. You're living the dream, man. Yes, good. I'm glad you are. Are we always? Worried about what's happening in the Middle East. Yeah, I get that, Snarlock, but what are we going to do about it? We can't. So for now, we're just going to have to bear with it. Evening, Cal. Hope you're good. Daniel, hope you're good. Right, hopefully within the next week, I will have another video out. I've just had other things I've had to do, and I haven't had a chance to edit anything, which is to be a pain, to be absolutely pain in the arse. But you know, these things happen. Oh, I understand there's a certain individual just popped up. Who is this? Are they ready? Are they going to give me a thumbs up or just swear at me? Well, you can't get that out, sir.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Mr. Volt, how are you?
All right. And here's my sidekick.
Hello, Chewy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me get my lighting sorted out for you so that it looks a bit more natural. There we go.
Brilliant. Let me get mine sorted out. Done.
Yeah. That's right.
Like I give a shit.
Oh, wow. Let's get the beers out. I haven't had a drink in, well, it must be a week or something. I don't know when I was last doing a live stream with somebody, but I haven't had a drink in ages. It's all the screws from my laptop that is being thrown in the bin because somebody poured coffee into it, and it's literally they left it for like a couple of weeks in an airing cupboard. It's like, yeah, that's gonna melt all the fucking components on the motherboard. Instead of just going like, Matt, I tipped some coffee on this earlier on this evening. Oh, no worries. I can just spray some isopropanol on that and repair the motherboard. Like,
yeah.
Nah. Some clever fuckers are like, no, I'm just going to put it in the airing cupboard with some rice for a week or 2 weeks. And it's like, yeah, you've just destroyed it. Well done.
Tell me, did they have sugar in the coffee though?
I don't know. It looked pretty bad in there though.
Because sugar, that's the quickest way to fuck up a circuit, isn't it? Hot drink or beer or anything with sugar in, it will screw it in a matter of hours.
Yeah, because it's reactive.
Yeah. Although saying that, I did do something stupid yesterday. I was at work, had a cup of coffee, had a cup of biscuits. Yes, it was a cup of biscuits. And I was getting the biscuits, dunking it in, getting the bit. And then I'm on the computer doing something. And I thought, I wonder how many more biscuits I've got in my cup. And I went like that. Realised it was a fucking coffee. Went all down me. Looked like I pissed myself. I'm like, great. What am I going to do now? You know?
Yeah.
Just waiting for someone to walk in and go, you all right there, John? Oh, yeah, look. Yeah, just had a bit of an accident. It was all on the floor, everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I had one the other day. I hadn't made myself a curry in ages. So I made a curry and I'm like, right. So balancing it on a tray now, you know, so I got curry, knife and fork and a drink. So I'm like balancing it. I'm usually pretty good, but for some reason I shook it and the glass of water tipped into the curry. So it just went sloshed out the fucking curry, right? But I thought, oh shit! So I grabbed the glass, put it in the sink, and I was looking at the curry, and I was like, hang on a minute. So I tipped it to one side and put my hand on the edge of the curry, and let all the water come out of the curry and the rice. And it was actually pretty good. It was not a hell of a lot wrong with it. It's like all the fluid tipped out of the curry, and I was able to eat it. It was all right.
So you saved the curry?
I saved my curry because I was like, oh fuck, yeah, just gone and made it. Like, wouldn't have been the end of the world because I mean, I 3 more servings in the curry pot I'd cooked it up in. So I could have just gone back and got another serving, but yeah.
I
But
will.
still,
Yeah,
it's like
mate.
one of those, isn't it?
Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? Yeah, I
So,
mean, like
yeah.
yesterday, luckily the coffee wasn't just boiled, so it was okay. You know, it's cooling down a little bit because a friend of mine once he did the sort of same thing, but he spilled it all down him, and it was like piping hot. And the first thing was he stood up, pulled his trousers down, took the skin with it. Yeah,
Ooh.
and I'm like, yeah.
Ooh.
He literally went, did that, and yeah, he had to go to hospital. So it doesn't matter how hot it is, you're just going to have to pat it or to try and do something with it, otherwise it will come off, skin and all. But yeah, so lucky I was all right with that. But your curry, sorry, I can't help but laugh.
Hey, Luke Elieff's in here. What the fuck?
Mm.
How you doing? I can't do a little thing saying I'm over on here because I tried repairing my phone's camera. And I thought, right, this had beer in it because I cracked the glass and then it got dropped in a fucking bucket of beer. So it was basically, it wouldn't focus because the lenses were sticking. So I put all isopropanol in there and then it was starting to focus. I was like, oh, that's good. And I thought, well, if I can actually get down to the sensor, because there were 2 marks on the sensor, like 2 drops of beer were actually on the sensor. So they were permanently in every image. So I tried lifting it off and then I realized it sort of like split the ribbon cables which went down onto the motherboard, and that was it. Then it took out all 3 back cameras. No camera on my phone now. It's like, fuck's sake. So I got a replacement being sent to me from China for 48 quid, replacement camera, full camera sensor unit.
That's going to be a pig to take that apart.
So yeah, I can't really tell people we're over here because I can't record a video, because every time I go to press the camera thing, it goes camera failed. Yeah. And it won't let me switch to the front camera, you know, like, so I can just avoid it, just go front camera. Now I can press the front camera button, but it just ignores me. It's just black.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it just said camera failed again. However, I can switch to front camera if I record something in, I think it's no, if somebody rings me and it goes automatically to front camera, it works. But I thought I could record a message like front camera, but like if I try this on here now, front camera, I can record a message in Messenger. So, but then I have to send it to somebody. Then I'm gonna have to save it out. So, we are over on Mr. John Bengal Presents Live. See you over there. There we are. So, I send that. Over on Mr. John Bengal. I send that, and then I can save it to myself. It says sending, and then I can upload it.
All is not lost.
Save the video. Yeah, no.
So have you knackered the actual little ribbons with it then as well?
Yeah, well, basically there's 3 square cameras in like the unit, and the middle one, it had like a tin foil plate on top of it. And I thought, well, if I can get that tin foil plate off, then I can lift the camera with the lens with this little, thing. I can lift that out of the way and just get a cotton bud onto the sensor. But by lifting that up, it's actually that metal thing was joined on to the ribbon cable. So when I went like that, it went chink and just severed the ribbon cable. Yeah.
Oh. They don't like you playing around with them, do they?
No. I mean, there is a way to do it, but certainly I shagged it. And I thought it would just take out one camera, but if there's an error with one camera on one side, they all go.
Yeah. You don't want it. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah. Unless maybe I install a camera app that will physically force between cameras rather than like finding one's wrong and going, nope. maybe it'll allow me to kind of get into the wide angle camera. The wide angle camera was fine actually. So, oh well. At least now I'm gonna have a completely new clean sensor with no bits of beer on the sensor. Yeah.
Yeah, they are a bugger. No matter what, you're always going to get stuff in them, aren't you?
Well, I've never had anything inside a sensor before, apart from on like the A7S2 and things like that, because you take the lenses off and dust invariably will get on that sensor.
Oh, one moment, callers.
Is it going to be one of those?
You're all right, Grace.
Oh, right. It's me then. Right, I've got to upload this to YouTube. So let's just do that. YouTube, the John Bengles thing. Saying I'm on here. Yeah. And then I'm got to caption my short on Mr. John Bengle presents live stream. Love stream. No, live stream. Oh Christ! Upload short. Are you all right, John?
All right, then.
We're gonna have two fucking Johns.
That's
Hello, I'm back. I'm going to leave you for 1 second, folks. Can you talk amongst yourselves? I've just got to go and do something, and then I'll be back. All right? Yeah, I know. No, it's the kids. It's all right. Nothing.
Oh, I've only just uploaded that video to YouTube, and Wanker Boy had already started ordering food. Yeah,
Wanker Boy.
Yeah,
a great name for him. That.
Yeah, Mummy's little spastic.
Special. Special person.
I bet your mummy's so proud of you, you spastic. Bet she tells all the neighbors what wonderful stuff you do on YouTube and how amazingly fucking good and effective you are in your life. Yeah. She's yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, one more fucking strand of your DNA and you'd have been a fucking Mong.
Mong's a good word.
Yeah. At least you'd have been more likable if you were a Mongoloid.
I don't know. I could call him the instant insult like Joey.
Because I mean, to be fair, fucking Mongoloids have got a lot going for it because they're actually quite friendly.
That's right. Yeah, they can also do something as well.
Yeah, they're actually useful in society.
Useful.
Yeah. 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 So, what have you been up to then, John?
There's not a lot going on here.
Oh, come on now, you depressing fuck. Get out and live a little.
Well, I'm getting out, like. Hold a minute. Fucking hell, like. Yeah, I'm getting out. It's just that time of year, isn't it?
It's your period.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, somebody said something about is it the moon? Not many people know the moon circle,
He only gets it once a year. It's his period.
Yeah. Somebody said not a lot of people know the moon cycle, what it creates. And so that's it. It's just that time of year, isn't it? But yeah, I got a report. I've got to go and see the doctor again. They gave me this thing here. It says I got something that says CT scans implies severe two-vessel disease. I wonder what that is like. Two-vessel disease, is that like two of the main pipes to my heart? Yeah. So they're giving me another tablet now. They're now giving me atorvastatin, 80 milligram of that a day.
Multivessel coronary artery disease is a serious condition that involves two or more large coronary arteries narrowing due to plaque buildup, i.e., eating lots of great food. Given the importance of these arteries, in so much that you will fucking die if you don't have them, people with multivessel coronary artery disease have an increased risk of heart attack and heart failure. They might put you on statins or something to try and get your cholesterol level down.
Oh, I'm on all sorts, mate. I'm already on a ton of tablets. Like I told you, all the tablets, and I'm on. They put the bisoprol up like to 5 mil. They're now having to do these aspirins as well. Like you do aspirins every day as well. Well, God knows what that's doing. It's probably clearing everything else out, like, you know. So yeah, there's this is a big concern. No one's telling me. No one in the doctors is talking to me about fucking anything. Like, you know, it's insane. I mean, am I going to have a heart attack or am I going to have a fucking stroke? One or the other. Like, you know, I'd rather know. Well, yeah, I'd rather fucking know what's going on than everybody just giving me like 10 tablets a day to fucking swallow. Like, you know.
Yeah. Andrea makes a good point, because my mate had something similar, and you probably get a stent fitted, and it'll widen the artery, and the amount of blood flow you'll have then, it'll be like you're fucking tripping balls, because you'll be like, you know, you'll get a full flow back, and it'll be a bit weird.
Yeah, but that's an operation, isn't it?
It is an operation, but it's actually not too hard. I think they can go in through the leg or something like that. They go in through one of your arteries in your leg, and they knock you out, but they basically push it right into the heart, and then they spin it, and this little thing that's like that, when they spin it backwards, it opens up into a stent, and it just like forces the you know, artery wider.
Yeah, they can go in through the arm, I think, as well.
So you will have to have a small regime of blood thinners, I think it is, then after that.
I got well, I'm already on, like, you know, as I say, beta blocker. You know, well, the doctor said, oh, they're not all free beta blockers. They're now, I think the Rempril, I think, is either a beta blocker or the bisoprol's a beta blocker. One of the two. You know, the other one, I don't know what the hell that does, like. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I could do. Like, I changed my entire diet. I stopped eating roasts.
It's probably beyond that stage now, you know. Just when they offer it to you, say yes, please. You know, if they offer you a stent, do it. My mate's had one. I've known a few people who've had them.
And always ask them what's going on. Just say to them, look, I don't understand.
Oh, mate, I had somebody ring me up on the telephone like last week, like on the 24th of September, like rang us up on a shitty fucking phone line as well, like, you know, where you can't even understand what they're saying. I'm going, sorry, I can't hear you on here. You know, she's like that. For fuck me. You're having a laugh, and tell me what the hell's going on here, like, you know. Oh, well, you've got this. So I've had to go in a day and get these information, like, go and see a doctor tomorrow. Sorry, on Thursday. You know. So I don't know. I'll probably just waiting for me to either have a fucking heart attack or a fucking stroke.
When you go to the doctors, just ask them, just say to him, look, I ain't got a clue what you give me these tablets. I ain't got a clue.
I've said that, John, on numerous occasions. Believe you me, mate, I've been doing those 3 tablets, like now for about 7 or 8 months. And it got my heart rate down to 135 at last. And it was up at nearly 200, you know, my blood pressure. So
say that was blood pressure, not your heart.
Yeah. The blood pressure's I finally got down to 137.
Yeah.
But you have to take 3 readings to get that. The first one's 155. The second one's like 147, and then the third one they accept. That's at 137, like, you know. So, you know, you're all over the shop, like.
Yeah, but your blood pressure goes up and down anyway.
It does. Yeah, mine's all over the
It
fucking
doesn't
shop.
always stay like static, but like there's a certain point where they got to go. Look, that's a bit too high.
Oh, mate,
You know,
I had that when I went in the chemist. You know, they had this fucking Chinese gadget come up to me like, he's like going, "Do you mind going in the back room?" I'm going, "What the fuck am I going in the back room for?" Like, you know, fucking, you know, he's going, "Oh,
got to put you in a curry.
yeah, do it, yeah." So I said, "Oh," he said, "just do your blood pressure." Like, well, if it wasn't for seeing him like in there, I would have never known I was up at nearly 198. You know, 198 over 127, I think that was, like, you know, blood pressure. That's like stroke territory, like heart attack. So, you know, I would have never known that. If they hadn't gone in and seen the guy in the chemist, I would have never known. So, you know, luckily I've probably stopped myself, but I'm still out of fucking breath every day. Like, so there's obviously doing something in it. You know, that's what they're saying there. 2 fucking pipes are struggling, like, you know.
Yeah, it's just not getting enough oxygen to your heart, so
Yeah.
it feels like you're not breathing properly, but you are. Your lungs are probably working fine. They're just not able to get the oxygen to the heart.
Yeah, there's just something.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's obviously a lot of cholesterol, like, which I thought I didn't really suffer like, but there you go.
I think we're all like that at some point. My cholesterol's probably like sky high.
You know what? At the end of the day, if you don't bother finding out about it, you never know. It's like my brother, like, you know. I mean, he was like fucking nearly 30 fucking stone, like, you know, blanked out one day.
I mean, I was going to say, but surely he realized he was 30 stone.
Oh yeah, he knew he was fucking big, like, yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Went into the doctors. He goes, "Doctor, I'm not sure what's wrong." He goes, "Well, you're 30 stone, mate." And he's like,
yeah.
No,
Well, he was looking
really.
He was looking after his wife, like, and every time he went in there and looked after his wife, you know, obviously they look at him and go, "My God, are you all right?" Because he's out of breath, like, all the time, like, well, he was. "Are you all right?" He's going, "Just a bit tired." You go, "Let's have a look at you a minute," and you know, next thing you know, he's like fucking sky high, like, you know. So one day he collapses, has a blackout, which is like the first sign. That's your first warning, your blackout. He took him in for 2 days for that. 2 days, then they let him out after. Well, they didn't even know. They had the first one. The first one, he was in hospital for 4 hours. Then they said, "Look, I've got to go out. I've got to look after my wife. You know, 24-hour care on her." So they said, "Well, we don't really want to let you out." So anyway, a few more months went by. I think about 9 months went by, and then he had a second blackout. This time they put him in for 4 days on that one. They said, "Look, you got to change your entire lifestyle, or you're going to be dead. Simple as that." And he went, "Oh, I can't do anything about it. I'm looking after my wife 24 hours a day." You know, he said, "Well, in the end, you know, you're going to end up dead, like, you know." I can't do it now. He says, "Too late. Too late to change everything." So sure enough, like, she died first, and then, well, 2 years later, he was dead. And he fucking did the same thing. He came downstairs, blanked out, never got up from that one.
Yeah.
They found him on the floor, like, naked as well. Don't know what the fuck was going on there, like, you know, but he went downstairs. He went downstairs, like, to go and get his wallet from downstairs, and he fell down at the bottom of the stairs, and he was on the corridor, like, where we open the front door, it goes into a corridor, then into the back, into the kitchen, like. But yeah, he was on the floor, and he'd been there for about 7 or 8 hours before they found him. That was heartbreaking, that was. But yeah, broken heart. I think he more than likely a broken heart and a weak heart in the first stage. You know, losing your wife for 30 odd years, like, that's a fucking heart. That's a heartbreaker straight away, like, isn't it? You know. So, and I knew he wasn't going to last long after that. I even said to him, like, I said, you ain't going to be here for fucking much longer. And he's going, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Look, you know, we've had 2 warnings already.
Lose some pounds, otherwise it's going to cost us a fortune on your coffin."
That's right, fucking no one.
Yeah.
No one even lifted that coffin, man. It was fucking huge. That thing took fucking hours to burn as well, like. Yeah, it's fucking huge.
He's like, "We're going to need a bigger incinerator."
Yeah, put the incinerator on full blast.
We're gonna need a CinemaScope incinerator. Wide doors.
It was fucking
Phone the
huge.
power company. We got
It was
support.
his coffin was fucking huge. I've never seen a coffin so big. Like, you know, fuck me. Like, no one's carrying that fucking thing in. Like, you got a trolley in for that one. Like,
Mental.
Yeah, fucking sad.
Mm.
Yeah, I gotta laugh at it these days. It's fucking mad to fucking laugh about it, but you gotta.
Well, if you can't laugh, you got to cry.
Can't laugh about it. Exactly. You can't laugh about it. What else can you do?
Some people are on that sort of trajectory, like they just deny their weight and what they do themselves. They just like you talk to them about it, they're like,
for years, man. My old dear used to go to him all the time. You know, you're gonna have a heart attack, and he outlived me old dear like by fucking 4 years. You know?
Yeah, but it's not a lot, is it? People are on about the States now. Like, I mean, like 70% of people are obese. Something like 74% of all Americans are, you know, morbidly obese. And the strain it puts on the fucking medical system out there. And, you know, medicine costs a hell of a lot of money in the States. So, I mean, they're just rubbing their hands.
Have you heard the latest thing that Starmer wants to do, like, to ease on the health system? He wants to close the pubs early.
I have heard that, yeah.
Close the pubs early. Fuck me, like, wow.
That's the thing. It won't work though, will it? You close the pubs, you get more habitual drinkers at home.
Exactly. More people sit at home and have a bar like you got in your fucking, like you got, Tom, like have that in your own house.
Yeah.
I mean, all it's going to do is just make the shops a bit more, you know, make more money because everybody's just going to be drinking at home.
I think there's an ulterior motive behind it as well, because they want to stop people meeting, so people won't have a regular meeting place, so they won't have a group of friends, so people can't congregate.
Won't be able to enjoy themselves anymore. We can't have that. Can't have people enjoy themselves.
Like, I think they think that you'll be getting together and planning and plotting against the government, so they don't want people to have
can't have
that freedom. So you have to stay in your house. Yeah. And then we can monitor what you say on the internet then. So we know what you're saying.
Yeah, we can put things in your fucking system, like, we can watch what you're doing. Yeah. It's insane. Somebody said that's a nail in the coffin for the fucking pub industry if he does that.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, it's an attack on personal freedom, you know, because if all other European countries are allowed to have pubs and they're open till like crazy hours, and it's like, no,
24 hours.
Nanny state UK goes like, get to bed and go to your job and pay your taxes. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people are going to be saying, right, no fun for me. I'm not working for you. Fuck off.
If I could get the fuck out of the country, I would.
Yeah, and the earlier they're closed, you know what happens? If you know somewhere's going to close early, what do? You go in there, you do a bit of binge drinking, right?
That's exactly why they stopped
binge drinking. Everyone's fucked, and then they have a big old row and go to bed.
That's it. Well, you remember that's why they brought in 24-hour drinking, was to stop that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it works. And if people want to have a drink late, fair play.
It was to stop the madness of everybody. Like, I mean, remember pubs used to close at 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
To stop everybody going absolutely fucking mental, like between 9 and 10 and 11 o'clock, drinking as much as they could before the pub shut, you know, and then paying money like £4 to go in a nightclub. I mean, if this is another thing, like to stop the what's going to happen with nightclubs? Are they going to be fucking gone completely? Because they're dying.
They are dying, but then. But then, like you go in a nightclub. I mean, I've been in one for a good few years, but
for fucking years.
Expensive as fuck. You know what I mean? Right. It's like because I suppose it's because they've been priced out anyway.
Yeah.
Because the property is priced to release.
Yeah.
The breweries charge more. They will need to have their own profit on top. You know what I mean?
That's right. Well, they have less hours, don't they? I mean, it's only
of course.
I mean, no one goes in a club these days until 12 o'clock. You know, so you're literally open 12 till 4 or 12 till 5. You've got 5 hours drinking time in there, if you're lucky.
It's very short-sighted as well, because what about shift workers? People who they're working during the night.
That's right.
You know, and like, then they've got nothing.
Do you know what? Sorry.
No, I was just going to say they've got nothing to come out to, because it's like, no, you should be in bed. Like, get to bed. It's past your bedtime. Get to bed. I mean, where the fuck this Starmer gets off, I really do not know. I mean, like, he needs to be literally physically ejected by the fucking gonads out of fucking.
I think somebody's going to say something one day. He's going to. I don't think it's going to happen yet. We've got to wait for the back benches are the ones you got to look out for, because they're the ones who fucking make sure. They start saying things. Once you hear rumors from the back benches, you know that it's going to be only a matter of time before somebody says, fucking hell, like, this is fucking wrong. Get rid of this prick, or we're going to get slated next election, or we're going to get slated before the next election. Somebody was saying, general election, please, get rid of this fucking prick. Wait till the by-elections. I mean, fuck me, the by-elections will really be a big fucking one this time when they come up.
Mm. I mean, you'd think, considering Labour haven't been in for ages, they'd want to. Yeah. The first thing they'd want to do is get in and say, "Here's some policies that are going to make people happy." But what did he do? He said, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." It's just literally like he's giving this country the big fucking finger. He needs to fuck off. He needs to get out of this fucking country, because I tell you what, that guy would not be safe walking down the street on his own.
I seen him on a TV thing just recently. There's a video on YouTube of raving, and there's Keir Starmer in the background, like young man Keir Starmer, like he was on Kilroy Silk. Fuck me. I mean, remember that? That's like in the 90s, isn't it? Yeah, Robert Kilroy Silk, and he's there in the background. Starmer, like this young looking bloke, like he's, they're talking about late night raves and stuff, like when it was kicking off in the like, well, I think that was about 89, isn't it? 89, 88, when they were doing all the raves, like in 1990. So they got Keir Starmer on there as a young lad, like, he must have been about fucking 21, 22 or something like that. He's just fucking there in his suit and everything, like, he just looked well out of place. Well, I don't think it should be going on. Even then, he was saying it like, I don't think these people should be doing this kind of sort of thing. It's illegal. Yeah, but talking about early pubs, we got a pub in Plymouth, like, called the Newmarket. Hi, Joe. Right, and
John,
and it's got an early morning trade when people come off the night shift. They go in there at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's the busiest that pub's ever is. 6 till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's fucking rammed, because everybody's just come out of the late shift, like, go straight in the boozer, like, have a few beers and then go home.
And that's to be fair, that's acceptable. I mean, I did night shifts, right? And and at the end of it, what you want to do is go home, have something to eat and a beer, because that's your evening.
That's your evening, yeah.
And it's not because you're an alky; it's because your body clock's completely different.
Clock's all over the shop, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if he finishes that off, like, we're fucked. There's gonna be a lot of angry people there. Like, that pub's rammed every morning. That place. You go in there at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's fucking as busy as what it was like 15 years ago. At 8:30 at night.
I just get a very bad feeling that Starmer wants to run this country into the ground. He's going to destroy a lot of fucking things. Right. He's not before he gets like told to fuck off. Yeah. He's going to try it on. He's going to really try it on.
Oh, this is not Labour policies, man. This is almost on the verge of. Somebody said it's almost on the National Socialist buy limit. Like, he's almost on the fucking Nazi fucking. And Stalin, he's almost on that fucking verge as well. Like, you've got to do this, you got to do that. You cannot sit in a room and then start negotiating things with other people.
It's not allowed.
It's not allowed. Yeah, exactly. You're not allowed to sit in a room with about 15 people and decide something like that.
Well, we got 95 in there. There's 4 of us here, so
we can't. We should be talking about it on here, like we're getting the shit for it.
No,
freedom of speech. Yeah, exactly.
John, I've just started reading the chat. Sorry, I haven't been reading it. Well known, unknown. Something about final advice for CJ. Do you want some?
What's he say?
I don't know. He wants to give you some advice. Personally, I go against
Praise
giving
John.
advice if
I'm
it's
going to
medical. But
I'm going to the doctor's, like, so I don't need your. You can give me some advice, but I know what I've got to do.
yeah, we're
So
not medical professionals.
on the night?
Hey,
What was that, Joe?
On the night.
I
say it
can't
again.
understand the word you said there, Joe. Say it slowly and clearly.
Yeah, can we have an interpreter on there, please?
You want to send it in Peel?
No, get Daniel or look on there. At least he can understand it.
Could you use a thesaurus?
Well, a good make I use a recorder on my keyboard.
A vocoder.
Recorder, that's the one.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a. Who used to sing with vocoders?
Hello,
Man.
Sam. Sorry, mate, missed you there.
Was that Mad Professor? He had a vocoder, didn't he?
Right. Yeah.
Remember Mad Professor?
ELO as well.
ELO,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah.
That's right. When my keyboard
That's
goes
a
all up.
fucking tune, man.
What, you got a vocoder on your keyboard, have you?
Yeah, it's on my keyboard. It's a
No, mate. What, you speaking the microphone to it, do you?
Check it out. Oh, there you go. It's got the sockets for recording and everything.
Wow.
It's got 3 different sequencers on it now.
Wow.
You need to check it out, John.
I think you talked about it before, Joe. Like.
Nice keyboard, but it's really complicated. You know, when you go into the menu, this is where everything gets really wrong because it's really, really hard. Percentages of this, percentages of that, and how you get your volumes and adjust your variables, and you know what I mean? Go stupid.
Fuck all that. Just get the old ivories out.
Yeah, just play it like a fucking piano.
John, you see,
You don't need all that technical bollocks. It's good, but you don't need it.
Just play it. Plug it in and fucking play it. Plug it in and fucking play
it. Just put your fucking fingers on it and tickle the ivories.
Tickle the fucking ivories.
There's another thing I've seen people using. It's like a windpipe. It's like a pipe, and it goes onto a guitar, and then you speak onto the strings of the guitar.
I've seen that years ago. Who used to do that? That was no, not Jar, man. He did it on the keyboard. Yeah. But we're talking about the guitarist. Right? There was a guy in the guitar. I think Santana used to do it now and again. Right? Carlos Santana did it.
You're right,
with the tube. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Peter Frampton as well, like Snark says. Frampton did it as well.
Right, Snark.
Yeah.
Snark. You're right,
Yeah. That's years ago, man. I remember last time I seen somebody using that, like, would have been in the 70s.
So I was just laughing at Joe. You said that about the instrument. He went, yeah, it's Jean-Michel Jarre.
Yeah.
He's like that guy.
Jarre uses a keyboard, man. He doesn't use a fucking guitar. He also has a laser arm.
I love the police.
Imagine him doing that, like
a fucked up trumpet player.
Just plug it in and fucking play it.
I'm sorry, Joe. Play your ivory. Go and tickle your ivory.
If I tell you, Equinox Part 4, you wouldn't have a clue.
Equinox
Part 4, yeah, that's Jean-Michel Jarre.
That's Jarre.
It is.
I got all of it. You're talking to me like I don't know about Jarre. So I know everything. I got all the albums of Jarre. I got loads of Vangelis, which I like over fucking Jarre anyway. Vangelis is better than Jarre.
You got Van Halen now.
Van Halen, man, that's guitars, mate.
Oxygen, yeah, that's a good album.
Oxygen.
Hang on.
Yeah.
That tube thing is called a talk box, and apparently the the talkbox driver, which has as a speaker, it forces the sound of the guitar up the tube to the mic stand by the mouth. So basically, when you're playing on the guitar, it's got a little mini speaker in a box that sends the sound of the guitar up the thing, and then you manipulate that like that with your mouth, and you can make the sounds go weird. You know,
I'm trying to remember the
And all
group
that.
who actually plays with that.
You
'cause
see, it
there's a
was like
song.
recording through guitar.
Mm.
So it's a reverse didgeridoo.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a group that did a song. I'm trying to remember what it is. 1978, who did that with the voice box on the guitar, and it's quite a famous song, like from around about that era as well. With it, I'm trying to remember who the group is now. Like they did a song called WKRS.
It was some weird
Cincinnati.
person who had a gas mask. Remember, he had a gas mask on. It was linked to his guitar. What was it?
Gas
What was
mask.
it?
Mel
was it?
says,
Hot.
suck on it
It
and
was
make
like
it
one of
tune.
our gas mask
Go on,
things.
girl.
Suck on it.
He
Yeah,
had a
suck
link
on it
to-
hard.
Oh man,
Go on,
what
girl.
was it?
Suck on it and make
Yeah,
a tune.
Yeah, suck on it.
Oh, what was it?
Suck it like a lollipop.
Suck it like a lollipop. Don't bug off.
Suck on it.
Choke on it.
Like it's a hefty cigar.
Oh,
An endless cigar.
oh, please, somebody's got to remember it in the evening chat. He used to wear a gas mask. Now, like a World War II gas mask with a full crude.
Yeah, what's doing with that? Like farting in it.
What was his name again? It was a bit
World
weird.
War II gas mask.
Special kind of. There's a kind of fetish with that.
Just
Apparently, like,
someone going on stage with
we're
one
on
of
about it not so long back.
Definitely a fetish, that like.
Oh yeah,
The
that
varnish on
fart
the
suit,
guitar.
like fucking hell, like wow. Have you seen the pictures of that?
Yeah.
Angel Haslem here. What do you want? Nothing me. She thinks I
Hello,
got
Angel.
something. I ain't got nothing.
Well, those eyes, like those eyes are saying it all. Like feed me.
Yeah. Look.
Oh,
Sorry.
look. It's be on your neck in a minute, like that.
Yeah. What do you want?
I had the cat doing that a couple of days ago. Like he was like climbing up my back at one stage. I was like, ah, fuck.
What do you want then? What do you want?
John, you just started this channel. This can't say words already, son.
Aye.
Mm.
Soft mints advert, yeah. I remember that. Mr.
Yeah,
Soft.
was that the same one with that Mr. Soft as well? Who walked
Mr.
along
Soft,
all
yeah,
like fucking
Which is,
Soft,
like
far
a
as I
mental
can remember
institution
that,
walking
wasn't
along.
wasn't that a Brian Ferry tune, like if I'm not wrong, Mr. Soft?
Eh,
Or was that some other
I
group?
don't know.
he was a lovely bloke, him, Brian Ferry.
My mark.
See,
I
the
still-
women used to
Don't
have
talk to him like he's in past tense. He's still alive.
Brian Ferry.
Fucking hell, Joe. He was a lovely
Oh,
bloke.
man.
He still
John,
is.
Brian Ferry used to have all them women playing the bands and the drums and the guitars, man. He was a
No,
weird
that
singer.
was that wasn't Brian Ferry. You're getting him mixed up with the other guy,
Oh, who was it?
Chris. Fucking something.
Christopher.
Not
No,
Christopher.
not Christopher.
No, it was the other guy who did that "Coming Home for Christmas." What was that song?
I'm sure it was Brian Ferry.
Coming Home for Christmas.
We had the women playing the bass, and they had another one.
Yeah,
Was
that
that,
was-
was
well,
that Van Morrison?
No, that was a song. No, that's "Addicted to
And
Love."
then they had a lady.
Yeah,
lady
addicted,
in the
addicted to
textbook.
love. Yeah,
in the
that's the
drums.
song. But that wasn't Brian Ferry.
No.
Wasn't Brian Ferry.
That was
Sure,
the other guy who's dead. Like he is dead.
If I'm
Huey Lewis?
Brian Ferry's that. Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Anybody
No.
remember? Snarnock. What's the song that
Oh,
"Addicted to
what's
Love"?
the
Who
name?
sang that?
It was another Brian though, wasn't it?
Hold on a minute.
No.
You're thinking of
Chris Rea.
Are you thinking of Chris Rea?
Chris
Chris
Rea.
Rea.
Oh yeah.
He
Sorry,
did come
yeah.
home for Christmas.
I
That's
just
a
yeah.
good Chris, I can remember.
He did "Addicted to Love" as well. Like, but he's dead. Like he died. Chris Rea died about fucking 10 years ago.
Right, I'll tell you who it was I was thinking
Yeah.
about. Robert Palmer.
Oh, Robert Palmer. Yes, you're right. Robert Palmer's definitely dead.
And he had all women.
That's right.
background.
Yeah,
He had all the women in the back. Yeah, he had the women in the video. Addicted to Love. Yeah, there's an uncut version of that as well with them all in the stockings.
Oh, not
No,
I
apparently,
got mixed up
I don't
in
know. No one's ever seen that
well,
one.
that's just check. She says, "Oh, I used to listen because I listen to that music."
Robert
watched
Palmer,
the
and
videos
he did the Power Station at one stage, which was an offshoot of Duran Duran.
Mm.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
He wrote
Robert
down the
Palmer.
whole thing.
Robert Palmer was with them,
Ow.
and who was the other guy? The old boy out of Chic, who played the bass.
Oh,
Mm. Yeah, Chris Rea's got a brother called David Rea.
David Rea.
Yeah, David Rea. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Welsh pronunciation is diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Are you sure he was going up the react?
Mm.
Hey, talking about that, like there's apparently in Port Talbot they're closing down the steel mill there, aren't they?
Oh, I'm closing all down.
I know. Also, there's a power station just closed in the last couple of days, which somebody put a video up on YouTube in the last 24 hours of the last day it was open. That power station, they were in there as blokes working around in it as well. They're like wandering around inside it, like half past 3 in the morning or something like that on a night shift. Like, I can't believe it. Is it? What is it? I'm trying to remember who that is. Is it Abandoned? Abandoned, I think, apparently did it. They've got a Facebook page as well, but they just got inside that last coal-fired power station. Yeah, Abandoned. I think it's Abandoned UK.
I'll be reading in Tussie and I'll be listening to Tussie and that. Right? But the thing is, the last coal mine furnace and the metal smelting is gone from Wales now. It's closed down.
Closed down. It closed down yesterday. Yeah, well, they didn't close it. They haven't closed it down forever. What they've done is they've got rid of 1,000 fucking people. They've switched the furnace off like from coal fire, and they're going to go to green energy, which is electric based furnace now. So it hasn't.
I thought the whole place was getting.
No. They just closed it as a coal fired blast furnace. But that's what they're doing is they're closing it for about 6 months, 8 months, while they change it over to electron-based heating. So they're going for the green. What they're doing at the moment is they're going for the green fucking stuff. And what everybody's getting upset about at the moment now is that everybody's getting rid of the last coal-fired fucking power station. Well, why get rid of it? At the end of the day,
green. The thing is, when they say green. How can it be green when the fucking radiation of power stations that leaked in the atmosphere?
Yeah, well,
so for every one coal-fired power station we close down, China will build 50 in a year.
Yeah.
Yes, China's.
That's right.
And so everything we're doing to be green, China will undo. So it really is no fucking point, because when you think about it, our one coal station versus the 50 they're building in a year.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. It's like, really, it's what we're doing is like a drop in the ocean. It's not making a fucking jot of difference. If you can't get China to agree to it, which they won't, because they're a developing nation, then really us doing it is not making a difference. The only people it's hurting is us.
Yeah, it's us. And at the end of the day, we're paying more for the bloody electric and everything else, like, because we're getting it from somewhere else. You know.
Well, you look at energy companies, everybody, right? Every winter, when it comes to winter, the prices always go up.
Yeah, they put them up today.
It's like a
24 hours. Yeah, 12 o'clock last night they went up, didn't they?
The government are doing this to put pressurise so them can get more taxes too for their wallets and their bank.
It went up for me like at 10 pence.
I'm not
overnight.
stupid.
And they only just put my fucking bill down, like, it's fucking joke, isn't it? They said, oh yeah, you're getting cheaper energy. Then they said, oh, it's going to go up 10 pence. Great, thanks.
Our energy is the most expensive in Europe. I mean,
it is.
John, you're right.
It is. We're the country that's, because we're like following everything in the green. Oh, we're going to do everything green. You know, we have to be the one that's, showing that we're doing it. we're in the shit for it, really. Like,
I don't want to spoil your car. I don't want your channel get shut down. The hence people in the posh.
We got no infrastructure anymore, no nothing. So we're all buggers.
do you know what we got left? We've only got one. We've only got one coal mine left in this country. It's in Aberystwyth. It's somewhere in Wales. Like, is the last ever deep mine coal mine. That's it, and it doesn't do any. It doesn't do much export. No, it's still open. It's the only deep mine that's left in the country. Out of something at one stage, we had 1,500 coal mines in the country. Mm-hmm. And do you know what? Everybody always thought Maggie was the one that closed them all. It wasn't really. Wilson closed about 1,500. So, you know, the Labour Party was just as fucking bad at closing most of the mines than what Conservatives were. So, you know.
Hi, Adrian. Hi, everybody in chat. I've missed.
You know, the biggest mistake at the end of the day.
We're not allowed renewable energy, are we? Not discovered.
Do you know what the biggest mistake we didn't do with it?
Or hydrogen.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's too easy. Like, somebody invented the car that ran on water, and apparently the fuel giants bought that up.
Yeah.
We can't have that. It's like the stuff you can put on your face. Like,
I understand it was
like,
Ford.
Right. You can put this stuff on your face, like put it on there, wash it, and it'll take all your fucking beard off, like, you know. But Gillette bought that because you stopped buying razors if you had that. Yeah, Gillette bought it. You can put the stuff on your fucking face like that, rub it in, and all your hair come off like that. It'll shave your fucking save you shaving with a razor. It's like a Mac, a bit more less than evasive than what a Mac is.
Yeah,
you know, a Mac's a bit burns your fucking skin. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This stuff was like more nice. You put it on, and you could just that was it. And Gillette bought that. They bought the rights to that because nobody would be buying fucking razors then, would they? Because they wouldn't need them.
No. And every time there's some free energy thing someone comes up with, they go, "Oh, brush that to the side," and they mysteriously disappear all day.
The car that ran on water. You know, that was another one. Like hydrogen. I mean, I think they're slowly getting that back, aren't they? The hydrogen car. But you know, the car that ran on water, the engine that ran on water, weed. I mean, fucking hell, you can run a car on fucking weed. You know, the amount of stuff you can do with weed is insane. You know,
you can grow crops in the fields and turn them into oil. You know,
oil, clothes, fucking bedding, pillows, everything. You know?
Yeah.
But all they're worried about is people smoking it. Oh, you can't have that.
You got countries like Brazil where they literally grow their own crops to make fuel for their cars, and it's like 5 pence a litre or something like that.
And it runs really good as well. Like apparently, really efficient.
Should be doing that over here.
Well, they said we're fucking off America because America is trying to screw us with their fucking oil prices. So bollocks, we'll just grow our own in the fields. I mean, they literally cut America off.
Well, they're doing that with maize. Was it maize or whatever it was? Some sort of yellow fucking stuff that they're growing in the fields. I can't remember what it is. I remember Jeremy Clarkson planting loads of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to see everybody suffering and struggling like this with bills and petrol fuels and everything. These people
it's a fucking joke.
Them people, not you, Mr. Bengal, the people right up there. Right,
it's a fucking joke, Joe. That's what it is.
Just laughing at it.
And nowadays we can't sit in we soon won't be allowed to be able to sit in the pub and talk about it. We can't have that, like we're talking against the government.
No,
we can't do that. That's wrong.
We shut down all our gas fields, didn't we, in the North Sea as well?
Yeah, well, we did. Yeah, we stung that.
Look at them things, man,
we stung that really big, didn't we?
Yeah, and then so what happens then is like, well, we don't produce in our own gas, so we got to buy it in from other people, and they'll charge us more money.
Exactly, it comes over from Russia.
You know. So
that's what Germany did, didn't it? They started importing all the fuel from Russia, and obviously war broke out. And what happened straight away? Let's cut the oil line.
Yeah, and they did. Off.
Yeah.
Oh, and the US blew it up apparently. But
apparently,
it's like crazy.
Yes.
That's
He was like
insane,
going
mate.
doing the explores over
All
the
of
years.
it's all of
I've
it's fucking
I've
insane.
watched everything, every little circuit board, every fuse board, alarm system, and everything, right? And I sit and say, look at this building at the end of the day. This could be fucking refurbished and be used as prisons. They put bars in them when they lock them in. I like the hospitals and the asylums and that.
I don't know. They've let a load of people out recently, didn't they, in the jails?
Oh, well, no,
Oh, don't get me started on that sort of shit.
Again, there, didn't he? Look at Hugh Edwards, another one he looked after. Jimmy Savile did exactly
We're
the same
not
for him.
people up for speaking on Facebook, and then we'll let everybody out who's fucking
I
idiots.
know where Jimmy Savile would have went when I had it. I wouldn't put him on my knee if I had. I would have constructed a guillotine, and I would have said, "We're just
that guy.
over there."
I've always said this the other day. That guy was a very clever man.
And Hugh Edwards, I kind of
Extremely
do
fucking
that
clever man.
for them years, and then you see, it just shows you all of these media companies and the big people. You see what they're hating. There shouldn't be a BBC, to be honest with you.
Hey, what should Mrs. do, Joe? Does she watch YouTube like? Just interested. Just interested. Like, is she not like a soap watcher? Like,
when I go on
TV in the house.
the
The missus at the watch soaps, like that'd be fucking amazing. Like,
she's lying in bed as we speak.
Fucking hell,
She's
mate.
tired, you know. She's finished her work and that, so she's got 1 day off. Bless her.
Wow.
1 day off. Hi, Barry.
Barry's in his
That's not Barry. That's Tom at Mission.
Oh, it's Tom, man. Sorry. I thought it was Barry there. I haven't seen him.
Nah, another one who's giving it up.
You mean Storm's radio a minute ago? I saw him. Yeah, it's all shit, really, isn't it? If you really look at it, everything they're doing at the moment, it's all going to end wrongly, and I don't think they'll be in long. To be fair,
I hope, like I say, like the by-election will be a really big thing because that comes up in the middle, doesn't it? Like 2.5 years into it, and everybody gets to vote.
Yeah.
Changes. That'll be a sure sign. Then you'll see the backbenchers start chatting. Then they'll be all like that. Well, are we going to get in 2.5 years' time? Like, we're going to have to put up with it for 2 years, I reckon. 2 years, and then someone's going to say something in the end. They'll be like, "Fucking hell!" Like,
I think it'll be quicker. Because
I hope so. I really do.
I think they're gunning for him already. People are gunning for him. It's just that he's a bit wet behind the ears, so we'll leave him for a little while.
Well, yes,
you can see it.
Let's dig himself a fucking big hole. Yeah.
I think he's up one. I think.
Well,
to me, I think what's going to happen here. I think he's going to get kicked out of his job because he's not a person.
Not yet. Like I say, it always happens. Like the by-election will be the one. I mean, we've got to wait another 2 years for that.
And look at this 22 billion black hole that's supposed to be.
Saying at the end of the day, look at Reform, because Reform is a big fucking party at the moment.
I've watched and read. Matt knows what I'm watching. All that's just an excuse to make people think that.
You watch Reform. You watch Reform in the next couple of years. What they start doing. You just got to get away from the bad side, because they got a lot of fucking bad individuals involved in that. When they fuck off all the nasty side of the Reform Party, they might stand a chance. Because no one really wants.
Yeah, they certainly got enough votes, didn't they? They wiped the floor with Labour, but Labour still got in, which is
they still got in.
This is a fucked up country. This is really fucked up.
Well, it's not just a fucked up country, man. It's like half the people can't be asked to fucking vote. This is the thing that does my head in. Is people go, "Oh, I can't be fucking asked." Oh, I'll just go and spoil my fucking vote. Fuck me. Why? Just vote fucking something different. Don't vote fucking Conservative. Don't vote Labour. If you don't want to vote fucking Liberals, go for somebody else.
In the polls, what I've been watching, I've been reading the polls and that, and I've been watching stuff and checking it. Since Labour come in, all the people have voted for them dropped big.
I haven't fucking voted for them. I haven't voted him for fucking years. Nor did I vote for the original Labour Party, because this isn't the original Labour Party. This is a new fucking Labour Party from 1997 when fucking Tony Blair got in. You know, because I keep saying this. Tony Blair went in and asked fucking Margaret, what the hell do I do, Margaret? And she said, don't fucking change anything. Just stick with what we've been doing for the last 18 years. You'll be all right. You know?
It's a shame we've got a government like this that's going to really cripple this country.
Yeah.
It's bad anyway, but he's going to cripple this country and cripple everybody.
He's going to fuck everybody over. Especially the pensioners. Poor pensioners, man. They can't even afford to fucking eat their houses.
No, right? It could be your parents or your grandparents or something. There's no need for them. Look at the money they make, man.
Look how much money they fucking put into the system like over the years. Or fuck all else from it.
Where's that money? So all that money they must saving, where's it going?
Into people's fucking pockets by the looks of it.
In their pockets. Or like
it's like all your council tax. Like people think that you pay your council tax to do your like police and fire service and all the local amenities. No, that's a lie. It goes to central government, and government then give them a certain amount back.
That's right.
Yeah,
a small amount back.
To me, they're just like bank robbers, because that's what they're doing. They steal off the taxpayer and they eat it all to themselves.
Paying life and you're paying death. Yeah, everybody fucking pays.
They're taking council tax under false pretenses because they send you a thing saying this is what your council tax was spent on. It's like, well, no, because you haven't told us how much you've collected in council tax.
Yeah, but wait a minute. He's not happy with that.
The government.
Yeah, but he's not happy with council tax. He wants to go back to the poll tax.
Poll tax? Oh, fucking hell.
Now, if he goes back to the poll tax, I'm fucked, because I couldn't afford to live in this house when the poll tax was. I first moved in. The poll tax was there. I couldn't afford to live in the house. You know, there's no leeway with that. You don't get no 75% off like single. You know, no working. You don't get no 25% single discount. You don't get fuck all with that. That's like that. That's what you pay. If it's like 850 quid, 900 pound, £1,000 a year, you pay it. No discount.
It's more than that down here.
Yeah.
On bloody council tax, it's like about 1,400 quid.
Yeah, mine's at the moment is set. I think mine was 1,500 last year, but I get a 75% discount and I get a 25% discount.
That's gonna hurt you.
You know, so but I mean, even with that, I still paid £22 a month. You know, that's a fucking lot of money, man. You could eat £22.
It's all a scam anyway, because you're like, if you didn't pay it, they'll take you to court. But it's not a real court.
Yeah.
It's a civil.
A magistrate.
It's not a real court.
Oh no, they take the magistrate.
Yeah, but the magistrate, when they do the magistrate's court, they're all owned by offshore companies, right? So they're not actually going by the crown. And on top of that, they don't list that you're going to court. If you go into the court going, where am I? And you try and look on there to see, you know, like when you go to court, you've got to look on who you're going to go and see. It's just a room. You have to get told to go into there, and the judge will go in there, and they're working with the council.
Yeah.
Yeah, the council actually hire the room. They hire the room, and the letters summoning you to court are sent out by the council.
By the council, yeah.
And it's completely false, and it's not actually legal that what they're doing, because the council are not allowed to have powers of a court. They're not allowed to. It says, like in the charter for the council, you have no legal powers over people. Yeah. So all that has to go through a magistrate's court. If you're done for a fine, driving or something, or a parking fine or whatever like that, right? That has to go through a magistrate's court. But council tax doesn't. They do it through their own court, and they're not allowed to. It's totally illegal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wrong.
That's why you
don't open a letter. You send it back and say, not known at this address. Like, fuck off, like, you know.
That's why I do drive a vehicle. But the thing is, not for people that do drive a vehicle, I feel sorry for them because they're getting hammered the most.
Yeah. Every year, the council come after me for money. I never pay it. They take me to court. I don't go. And then they fucking attach it to my earnings. And that's it. You know, I don't go. I don't fucking go. I don't engage with them. Fuck them. and they just stick it on like that, and it's like, yeah, whatever, because it's like, I'm not fucking going down there to waste my time, you know. So they just fucking put you in a false fucking court, and then they'll just do it to you anyway.
Yeah.
So why am I wasting my fucking time? It's like, I get letters, I go, fuck that, tear it up. And then they go, another letter, and they go, right, oh, you didn't come to court, so we've just attached it to you anyway. It's like, well, you were going to do that anyway, so why bother fucking wasting my time going down to fucking court just to have you fucking poncing around in a false court? Yeah?
You know what's going to come next, don't you?
That's where you use common law, isn't it? You go in there and you say everything's in trust, and you're representing, and then you show your birth certificate under common law.
The common law,
and don't sit down with the judge. If you stand up and they say, "Well, you stay seated when the judge comes in," because you all rise.
Yeah, John.
If you stay sitting down and they'll ask you, "Why are you not getting up?"
Yeah, you can tell them.
You don't have to.
Yeah,
but I
can tell them, and they don't like it. I was watching some guy about it, and he was.
I've seen it,
and he's been doing it about 3 or 4 years now with the council tax and stuff. And he went in there under common law. And he said he was representing, and then he asked the judge whether the judge was under, was he acting under the crown?
Under the crown, yeah.
Or his own, and the judge walked out.
Because
as soon as you stand,
you ask them,
then legally, as soon as you stand, you're giving the judge onus over yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there was a guy called I try to remember the guy's name. He's like something Harris. He used to do that for years. The free man fucking thing, like was Frank keeps going on about.
John, everybody, can you imagine that if they start charging with air tax? Everybody be walking around with an aqualung on the back.
They used to charge window tax years ago, like you had too many windows in the fucking house, you got charged tax for that. Otherwise, they haven't brought that back.
That's why you see them all bricked up, isn't you?
Yeah, that's why you see houses like with bricked up windows with a window painted on it.
Windows,
yeah. You know.
Snarnock is saying, was that the guy on the Richard Vobes channel? Well, the funny thing is, right,
John Harris,
about eight or 9 years ago, when people weren't even saying that these courts are false, I read it and I wrote to them and I said, this is false. How can you justify this? And I wrote to the court as well. I said, how can you justify, having a false court? Like, you aren't actually able to administer justice when you handed the power over for this to the council, because the council aren't allowed to enact courts, and you've handed the power over to the courts, but they're not allowed to. It says in the rules of like local council rules, we are not allowed to have powers of justice. Yeah. And it's like fucking, they're not allowed to. They can fucking send you to court to get justice, but that has to be a real court. But no, they've assumed the fucking rights of a court, and they think that they're like there with the magistrate, sending out fucking letters to you and fucking and sending out summonses to you and sending out fucking attachment of earnings orders. It's all fucking fake. What needs to happen is somebody who's got some fucking money behind them needs to fucking call them out and go, no. But unfortunately, the likes of you or I haven't got the legal backing to fucking take the fuckers to court. But trust me, bang to rights, they're not meant to be fucking doing this shit.
The guy that Snarnock said about John Harris, like he died a few years back. I think he told So
I think he did, yeah. I saw him a couple of times in London, and
It opens your eyes, doesn't it? Devon and Cornwall police like in the shit. For years, nobody knew that.
Won't be long.
Yeah, nobody Richard Vobes came to one of our talks, one of the AV alternative view talks, and he was quite entertaining actually, because he did his mime stuff on stage, because he's a mime artist. That's what he originally trained as, and then he did children's television, and then he went into doing YouTube. So
I watched a few of the John Harris stuff. Like I watched quite a load of that. He did a lot of stuff like for fucking years.
Yeah,
he opened your eyes, like you're saying, look at this. Ask Devon and Cornwall how much in the shit they are. And you're going fucking hell, like they are mega in the shit. They've been in the shit for years. Unfortunately,
Harris did seem to have that kind of personality where
he loved it.
Yeah, but he also took a lot of it personally on board, the pain of it. Whereas, you know, if he'd had the constitution of somebody like Tommy Robinson, he probably would still be with us now. But he was one of those that he let it get to him.
He did.
You know?
He did. I think that's why he did in the end, top himself, didn't he? He just couldn't handle it. I think he was also, they were on his case, like, because he was owing thousands as well at one stage, didn't he? Like, he had a lot of outstanding bills. They're on his case like 24 hours a day, like, sorting it out. We're going, no, I'm a free man.
Well, debt's not a problem. You just have to say to him, sorry, I really want to pay you, but I just don't have much money, so I can pay you at like £1 a month.
That's what Frank does. I mean, Frank told me, like, you know, I probably ain't me saying it, you know, but he said to me once, he said, oh, I owed a fucking gas and the electric 10 grand. I go, fuck it, no. He said, yeah, all I can do is say to him, look, I've got this amount of money. I'll give you this. That's all I've got. You know, either you'd have that or you don't have anything, but I'd rather give you that. You know, as long as you say you're going to give him £10, even if it's like £10 a fucking month, you're giving them something, you know? I mean, I'm supposed to give mine like the Alecki £42 a month. I can't afford that. I give him fucking £20 a fucking fortnight. You know,
that's right.
I can't do it.
Tommy hasn't gone, ma'am, Nan. We're talking about Mr. Harris.
John Harris.
John Harris.
Yeah, John Harris
topped himself.
Died. Yeah, he died about about 5 or 6 years back.
Yeah, he disappeared for a while, and everybody said, like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And then that was it. Like, you know, he was in the throes of depression, and then he topped himself.
Yeah, he topped himself, like, poor bloke. His lectures were fantastic, fascinating, really eye-opening.
Yeah.
So the council, if you wrote to them and said you're quite happy to pay it, but you want a proper invoice, not the shit they send you.
Yeah.
Proper invoices showing showing the tax that they pay on the money that you send because it's a business. They won't do it.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. Yeah, that's another thing as well that John Harris used to point out. Like, how many of these companies were actually businesses, registered businesses? You'd see all the things like on the.
They're all registered.
They're all registered. So
I looked up Southampton. I looked up Southampton, and they're registered as a company, which is a care home.
Yeah,
as a care home.
Yeah.
Right. So Southampton fucking council, where you pay your tax to, is registered as a care home. And then you look, well, who owns that? And that's registered to somebody else. Well, who owns that? And that's registered to somebody else. And it's like fucking, it's just like company after company after company after company that owns it.
Yeah.
So there's a parent company above this that owns 10 other companies before it comes down to being the council, which is like, hang on. I thought it's a government body. It's owned by the government, and it's private companies.
Private company. I mean, it's like years ago. I've said this before. You know, Plymouth City Council lost 13 fucking million of our money. Lost it, investing it in offshore accounts. They had this bank. I can't remember which bank it was. Somewhere in Switzerland that folded. Fucking went down. Like they lost 13 million of our money. They lost it. Where did that go? Well, I don't know. Went with the bank. So where the fuck's your money going? It's going in an offshore account. So they don't have to pay tax in this country. You know, like, fucking hell. Wow. I think Blair was the one who found out a lot about that, didn't he? He was the one who sort of dug all that history. It was going, fucking hell, like, these people ain't paying, they're going offshore, like, so they don't have to pay tax. Which at the time I think was something like 65%. Something ridiculous, Remember Wilson when he was in, like, fucking hell, like 75% fucking tax. Like, if anybody was making money, like, you got stung to fuck. Well,
that's it. I mean, it'll come to the point where if they keep putting the taxes up, it'll be like, well, as a lot of people have found out, you're better off not working.
You are.
Better off.
You are better off not working. There's no doubt about it. A massive, great big incentive is a 75% discount. Everything. That's a fucking massive, great big. the end of the day.
I'm going to let Doggy out. I'll be back in a sec. Come on in.
Yeah. It's huge, like huge. Massive great eye openers.
Oh, it's a complete ball ache, isn't it? Look, and it's trying to find the right information on it.
Yeah,
They
it's a
don't like it.
minefield. Yeah. Fucking minefield. One
Yeah,
day.
Go on, one day what?
One day they'll get fucking, something will happen. I don't know when.
Well,
it needs to change. I just keep saying, at the end of the day, I just keep, I get tired of people who just go, I don't want to vote. Like, you know, well, you fucking should vote. Like, at the end of the day, well, we won't get fucking idiots like this in. Yeah, it's like I say, there's only 43% of the country turn out to fucking bother voting. I think this time was 37.5% of the country actually bothered to vote. You know, I mean, that's sad. 37.5%, you know, of the voting population. No wonder we got fucking some lunatic in charge, because no one can be asked.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, go out there, change the fucking thing, change it, make a fucking stand. No one will, like, because we'll have this. I mean, I really do think if reform get themselves sorted out and get rid of the fucking, they got a lot of fucking criminals lingering around with reform. There's a lot of fucking seedy bastards, like, you know, are on the outskirts. If they can get rid of all that, and we have nothing to worry about, we got a chance with reform. You know, they might just do something. You know,
Maybe
I can't see it. I really can't. There's too many people just want to go for the two pies, either Labour or Conservative. And the thing is if you vote Labour, it's not fucking Labour. It's New Labour. So New Labour is just going along with the Conservatives, just a little bit, and especially at the moment. Fucking hell, fucking idiot on his bike.
What was that?
Motorbike.
Oh, for how's your belly or something?
No, the guy goes by the house every fucking day. Right prick.
Yeah.
Kind of guy you just want to go and grab, like, in mid fucking flight down the road, like, you know.
Yeah. Sounds a bit like my car the other day. I had to pay 200 quid to get my exhaust sorted, right? Because it's going. Well, what the hell? Backfired. I'm like, shit. And the half of it fell off. So it's like, shit.
Man, I had a hole in one of mine, like, when I had a Sierra, like, I had a Sierra 4x4, like, for years, and I had a hole in just right underneath the fucking pipe coming off the manifold, like, you know? And it was like, it sounded like a tank, you know.
Well, that's what mine did. I'm like, oh god, what is the matter?
Just have a hole in it,
really,
and all it had was a little hole like that in it, you know, tiny.
No, the back end of my exhaust, where it joins to the back box, it had rusted.
Yeah,
and I must have gone over something. It literally snapped it.
Oh,
yeah. So I had to get it done. I didn't want to. I can't afford it, but I did it, and oh, fuck's sake! Oh, £200. There we are.
200 quid, like, yeah, for the pleasure of doing it.
That's the main part of that was actually buying it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I've had that. Like, you know, you shove it up the back box, and if they clamp down too hard, there is a risk you could break it off. Like, you know.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's painful because it'd be a trip to the doctors. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it pissed me off though, because it was, touch wood, I don't get much wrong with the car as such, and then all of a sudden fucking hell. And luckily I went and got it done, but it's like so annoying. I couldn't, like, obviously we got Armageddon. I couldn't drive up with that like that. I'd get nicked.
What car have you got, John?
I've got a Fiesta.
A Fiesta, what, new shape?
Yeah.
Wow. They stopped making
so
those.
It was like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ford stopped making Fiesta, didn't they, last year?
They did, yeah.
That's it, no more.
Man says that's re-arsuring, yeah.
Re-arsuring, yeah.
And Crazy John, I thought you'd
Yeah.
have an XR3i or something like
I
that.
did have an XR3 at one stage, mate. I didn't have an injection. I had an XR3.
No.
I had an RS Cosworth. I had two RS Cosworth at one stage.
Cosworth, so yeah.
Four door Sapphires, both 2-wheel drive.
Give me a turbocharged excavator any day.
Smile every mile. Those cars were like a smile every mile.
You know what? The best car I ever had was my Mini. I fucking loved that car.
I had two Minis. I had a 1275 GT Clubman as well. Like another
I
smile every mile.
I had two Mayfairs, and my first car was a Mayfair, and it was the most loveliest car ever.
Yeah,
It just rusted in the end, and at the time I couldn't afford it.
Like.
And I wish I kept it now because it'd be worth a fucking fortune.
Do you know what? Yeah, exactly. You're right. The first one I had was an 850 Mini, like Mini 1000, right? It was 850.
Right? You know, them new Scooters have got out. I reckon them are really good vehicles at the minute.
Anyway, the second one I have was a 1275 GT Clubman, right? And it was one of the last ones that came out. One of the last ones that come off the production line because they stopped making them in 1980. So it was on a W plate. And I remember showing it. I turned up at some mini show with it. And old boy said, fucking hell, I haven't seen one of those. I've only ever seen one in that color, like in silver light. You know, he said, you want to look after that? I was like, yeah, I will. Rode it off fucking 3 weeks later, like smashed the fucking thing up to pieces. Reshelled it. But it was great, man. It had Revolution wheels on it, like Black Revolution, like 4-spoke alloys. The fucking thing looked mean as fuck, man. You know, like the Clubman Minis were fucking really awesome looking cars. Like, you know, the Mini, they were the best ones. I always thought they were the best. You could get a Maxi engine in a fucking Clubman. You know, a 1750 Maxi engine.
A Maxi engine. You know, a Maxi engine in a. You could get a Maxi engine in a Mayfair as well.
Yeah.
All you had to do is move. I think you had to move the fan or do something.
You got to have the carburetor actually inside the car. Yeah. There's no other way of doing it. You have it actually in the dashboard of the car.
But it would slot straight in the rest of it.
Oh, fucking right, man. What a car, man. Imagine having a 1750 Maxi in it. Like, I mean, that's nearly 1750, like, fucking ring. I mean,
I went to London and Brighton. I did the London to Brighton run in the Mini I had, and I saw one with a Maxi engine in it. And, mate, I was astounded at it. I'm like, wow.
I couldn't believe it, mate. Oh, boy, I knew, like, he had a
Land Crab engine in it. It's like, wow. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Oh boy, I knew he had a calibrator block put in it. 16 valve, like fucking, you know, Vauxhall. 16 valve engine whacked in it, and it was fucking. I'll tell you what, man. That thing wheel spinning every gear, even in fifth. You know, it was fucking wild car. Like a brick.
I tell you what, my old man had a Maxi. You were talking about Maxis, right? My old man had a Maxi, and I tell you what, that was like a tank.
Yeah,
beautiful, but a tank. You couldn't destroy them very easily.
Oh man, they were fucking horrible looking cars, weren't they?
They were, but I'll tell you what, they weren't. Other than the rust, like a Mini.
That's right.
Mini's
classic Austin problem, wasn't it? Rotted like fuck.
Just rotted like anything. Like a Mini, every time you went like for an MOT or something, a little bit of rust under the seals and the subframe. And you're like,
the subframe,
I fucking changed the subframe about 3 years ago.
3 years ago. It's fucking gone already.
I fucking changed two of them. It's not too bad to change it. Just take the fucking engine out on a block.
The 1750 was great. Like, that was a great one.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, the 1300 as well.
You're talking about cars. What's the best car you can buy on the road at the minute?
I've driven for fucking years, so I wouldn't know, Joe. I'm out of that.
Mercedes are a bit gutsy. They fucking use loads of fuel.
Yeah, but the bodywork and the engines are like fucking tank engines.
Well,
I don't
know, mate. You have to tell us what type of car it is. You're doing this again, and you just tell us what it is instead of trying to guess.
It's like an estate Mercedes, the old Mercedes were
big Mercedes,
Mercedes estate, yeah.
Yeah, there's an estate. There's CSL one.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So just say what it is instead of fucking doing this guess for fucking half an hour.
No, but the engines inside them, honest, they're one of the best running engines you could ever get.
Merc engine.
Yeah.
2.5 litre.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got it? You know.
No, just tell us what it is, Joe, like, for fuck's sake.
It's 6 valve. 2.5, right? 6 valve.
Right.
And
What the fuck is that?
No,
yeah.
just say what it is, for Christ's sake.
It's not mine. So it's not parked outside, but I'll get a photograph and I'll show you the engine one day.
I know. Can you not just tell us what it is? It'd be a lot easier.
No, because
Please.
I'm just going to go and get a Jag XA 220. Fuck it, you know.
Armchair experience. Like, have you ever seen those 220s, man?
Yeah, man. When they first came out, there's one in a showroom, and we went up to it, and I'm like, fucking hell, look at that. And you look underneath it, and it's just completely like
gold.
Aerodynamic on the bottom.
Yeah, it's got gold in it as well.
Yeah, you're looking underneath it going, fuck me. You couldn't see anything of the engine, nothing underneath it. It was just like proper aero. And I'm like, wow, but it was so wide, so
beautiful car.
I tell you what, the stages are doing now, though, you know, on the engines, they're encasing it in the plastic, you know, like a lot of companies do. They put Mercedes encasing the engines with plastics. You've got to take all the plastics off before you get the engine.
Do you know the ones that there was a car auction on over the weekend, like classic car auctions? They had a load of cars in there, like they had a Mercedes in there, like M3, or no, rather new shape,
classic.
Like right, with a fancy plate on it, M53 plate written on it, like you know, and they sold for just under fucking 16 grand. You know, and it was a proper fucking M3, like fucking something fucking convertible fucking BMW.
John,
the Alpina sold for 17 grand. Like, I mean, it's a fucking BMW Alpinas, man.
John, you're paying for the engine, not the car.
Hey?
You're paying for the engine, not
well,
the car.
yeah, this is the thing with BMWs, isn't it? You've got to service them all the fucking time. It's like my brother's like, he had this fucking mini, you know, the mini BMWs.
Oh,
right. He's got one of those like sat in the driveway. One of my nephews said you probably might be able to have that. I'm thinking, well, yeah, that'd be great. It's got 54,000 on the clock, but with those like 100,000, you have to have a massive, great big service on that. That's the fucking front of the car taken off, fucking front of the fucking engine taken off, fucking timing belt sorted out, fucking seals taken out, 3.5 grand fucking service. If you don't have that done, the fucking engine breaks and that's it. It's fucked. No, but it's 100,000 service. It's got to be done.
Somebody told us about this, and I looked at the channel, and I definitely want one. But you know, no Dodgems, bumper cars. I want one of them. That travels a 600cc engine in the back. I want one of them.
Fucking madman, man. You're fucking hilarious, you are sometimes, don't you?
I'm sorry, but like, to be fair, like old cars without all this electrical bollocks in it, right? Like you get nowadays, right? Like a Mini, we were talking about, you could bastardize that to kingdom come. If it broke down because you went for a Ford, you take off the distributor cap, you clean it, you dry it quickly, put it back on, fucking off you go.
That's right.
None of this electrical bollocks. Whereas, we've got a sensor gone, we're going to stop working now.
Yeah. The sensor's fucked. That's it. The car don't drive anywhere. Limp mode. On the way home, like 25
fucking limp mode. I had that in a car. I fucking hate limp mode.
Which car was that? I'm trying to remember what car had limp mode. That was
what did I have?
Well, Porsche did it as well at one stage.
Yeah, no, it was oh shit, hang on, it's like a space cruiser thing, isn't they? It was one of them.
Yeah, something like that.
It was was it a Peugeot? No, Vauxhall, something like that. It was like those space cruiser things, and I had it. It was great, running wonderfully. And then the limp mode shit come on, and then I'm driving down the road, and it literally just fucking went on me. It's like, and I could only go like 5 miles an hour.
5 miles an hour until it sorts itself out. And then
it didn't sort itself out. It blew a fucking piston.
Oh, wow.
Everywhere.
Oh, really bad, like.
Yeah, I managed to. I was going to limp it home, like, and I was driving down a hill towards this pub where I've got to stop, and there's a fucking police car and all that, and they're doing the, the speed checks and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm coming down this hill. I'm like, well, you can try it if you want, because I'm only going fucking 10 miles an hour.
Stuck in limp mode.
You know what I mean? So I fucking swang it in where they were, and they looked at me. I went, yeah, it's fucked. I literally just said it's fucked, and I've called the AA. That was it.
Get out of it.
The AA guy lifted up the bonnet and went, what do you think went wrong with it? I went, well, can you see the amount of oil which is there? I think it's fucking piss.
I think that come from. I remember that coming off there was a Porsche Boxster that used to have that limp mode.
Porsche Boxster.
That was one of the new shape, one of the new style Porsches. Like when they went fucking all full coolant system instead of air.
When they used to go up fast, the boot used to lift up like that.
Yeah, the Boxster had the tailgate that come out the back as you went faster. When you went over a certain speed. Yeah. But you can get them now for about fucking $7 or $8 grand, like, it's got the Porsche name on it. Yeah. Nice car, like, but every service on that is £1,200 fucking pounds, like, just to lift the fucking bonnet up. Oh yeah.
I'm not so the age restrictions, I think.
Yeah, I'm all right. Melissa's asking, am I tired? No, I'm not tired. I'm just listening to the conversation. I smashed up a Mini once. I went smack into a fucking car and just punched him like a fucking snooker ball, and he was like off down the road. And it's like, fucking.
My mate flipped one over into the sea on a road, like with his mate in the car. Actually went in a dip and it fucking lifted it up, and the car rolled to the left, and he went right over the fucking cliff in the sea, like.
I've got a question.
Both of a minute, like, they were like that. They were lucky they didn't get the fucking heads crushed on when it landed on the roof, like. But
police, right, if you remember back when you were young children, what was the first police vehicle you ever seen and remember?
The first what?
It was a Mini, because I got taken home in it. I got fucking taken home in a police Mini.
Oh, really? Right. You know what? I remember Morris Miners having
Morris Miners. Yeah. Back in the day,
I'll tell you what, my mate's dad, he had a Wolseley Hornet.
Wolseley Hornet, man.
Yeah,
cars.
With the back windscreen had a weird fucking like heater thing with it.
That's
right. His old man said he could drive it once, mate. It was great. It was really nice. He fucking ragged that.
Ragged the fuck out of it, yeah.
He ragged it. He's like, yeah, my old man doesn't do much.
Yeah, but they only did about 70 mile an hour. Like, fucking, if you were pushing it and ragging it, like, fucking hell.
I remember the old days when the coppers used to wear the tit heat helmets on the heat, and used to have proper rubber truncheons with lead inside them.
I still do, like.
Yeah, I think they still do.
No, they have nightsticks now. They telescopic
thing.
Now, but it's, back in the day, they used
but you still find the odd police officers still got that truncheon.
And it was rubber coated.
Yeah. No, the new ones, they meant you. They got a little round ball on the end of it, and they pull it out, and they fucking hit you with that metal ball, and it's designed to break your bones. That's what it's for. Yeah.
I didn't know they were supposed to break the bones with it. I know that.
Oh yeah. I've seen it break somebody's arm. Honestly, in the arm, break your arm. Yeah.
I remember when they flick it, because it flicks out like a telescope, doesn't it? And they flick it, and that noise was enough to get anybody to go fuck me, like like just hearing it go click. You go, fuck. Wow.
Just take one out of your pocket and go, yeah. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking, like yeah.
Whipping one hand.
What did you say, like, son? Fuck, yeah, right on. I'm off.
What you up to tonight?
What was the first police car I remember would have been like a Morris Minor.
It was. That's what I said.
That's the first one I remember seeing. And then there would have been like a Ford.
They did the Panda cars, didn't they? Like the Metro ones,
Yeah. Oh, they were shit, man. The Panda, the Metros. They were crap.
Well, the Morris Minor used to be.
I had a Metro. Fucking.
I had a male deer.
Like a disabled vehicle.
Old deer I bought, and I had to go in it, and I was like, "Fuck me, this is shit." All it did was 70 mile an hour. Like that was it. If you were lucky, that was going downhill.
And I had a Metro and it always fucking broke down. The tyres were fucking weird shapes.
God.
Like, you know, you want to get a fucking new tyre and a rim. It's like, oh, yeah, you have to get a special one. You can't have
Do you know
this
what?
one.
I hated those, like, because they got rid of the Mini Clubman for them. That's, you know,
Did they?
Trash, trash compared when it was just fucking rubbish rust buckets as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
they were, yeah.
They said that the Mini Clubman was stopped produced in 1980. So my 1275 was the last one that came off. It was even on a W plate. I've only ever seen one on an X plate, you know, X reg. I've only ever seen one 1275 on an X reg, but that was rare. They're rare as fucking hen's teeth.
I remember my old man had a Mini. It was it must have been like a Clubman. You know, the ones with like they had the wooden paneling on it.
Wooden picket.
Yeah, I don't know what they were called, but he had one of them.
That's what they were.
Bright blue, and then it had like the wooden paneling all on it.
Yeah, they were the wooden picket one, and Peter Sellers had one. Wooden picket.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I just remember as a kid, like used to get into it and all that, and it was really strange, but it was fucking nice.
Well, yeah. The ERA ones were pretty good as well. The era ones, like they had a body kit on them and everything, like full on like Tickford, like body kit. But they were really nice.
Because I just don't know what it was. You know, all I know is that it was a
wooden picket ones.
Is that what it was? What they called?
Yeah, that's what they called them. Like, yeah, because
just remember it's like that blue, dark turquoisey blue.
Well, the one, but that's a rare color, like, because the ones that I always remember, they weren't that color. They were cream and brown.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
because I definitely know that it was that color. It was like a darky blue color.
Yeah, well, they also had a square. They also had square fucking things like for the headlights as well.
It was like square at the back as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
I just think back in them days, there was no such thing as computers like we're talking now and mobile phones. There was nothing like that.
Yeah, well, look at Isagonis. Like, he actually wrote the design of the Mini on a fucking napkin. It's like, this is the car of the future. Yeah, that looks good.
You got to give it to him. I mean, a Mini for me, it's my favorite, still my favorite car.
Oh, mate, if I ever drive again, like, I will buy a Mini.
Yeah. I love them. I don't like the new ones. The new ones are shit in my opinion.
No, don't buy them.
The original with the nice rounded headlights and the fucking. And you could take the seals off. You could grind the seals off them.
That's right.
You know,
de-seam it.
And you could smooth it over. I remember seeing one.
Yeah. I've seen one de-seamed. A lad I knew, he had one he had a 1410 put in it, 1410 head engine put in it. And this thing went like a shit of a shovel, man. It was fucking a horrendous pace. Like, it was just undrivable.
All cars back in that era we used to have inner tubes, you know, like a bicycle.
Yeah.
Do you know the best Mini one I saw was my mate had one. He had it as a shell, and he did it all up, got the end, got everything all put together, like, and it was racing car green. Like proper racing car green, had all the stuff on it, all the stripes, everything.
Yeah.
And then he sold it to a mate of mine who basically didn't do much with it, and then went, he took it for an MOT, and apparently the subframe had rusted. Right, I'm like, fuck off, it's rusted. You know what I mean? Like, he's being done over, so he fucking sold it. Right?
Wow.
And I said to him, why did you not call me? I said, at the time I had the money, and I said, look, I would have fucking given you, because he wanted 200 quid. I would have given you more than 200 quid for it, because I know for a fact the engine was solid.
Sound.
The whole thing was sound. Okay, if the subframe was a little bit naughty, I would have fucking taken it out, put a new one in. It ain't going to be that
they're
bad.
easy to do work on, right? Yeah. Mel's just saying about hers. Like, I keep saying to Mel, get that fucking Mini sorted out, like, because she's got a Mini stuck in a garage, like, you know.
Oh my god, Mel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She's got a nice one as well. She's got a jazzed up Mini as well. Yeah, canary yellow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Mel's got one stuck in a garage, man.
Mel, I'm coming round.
Get it driving.
I'll be cribbing my fucking pants,
mate. If I could buy one a day, I would buy. I would buy. There was a 16 valve CAD conversion you could put on them, one time.
What?
You could put it on, a 16 valve head.
Yeah.
Right? You could put it on top of a fucking A1 series mini engine, right? And this thing would just fucking up the fucking speed like to about 140. Like in a mini, man, that's fucking crazy. Like 140 mile an hour. Like, fuck me. What? It's like a brick, man, going down in four gears as well.
Yeah.
That's Googling it. 1600 valve, 16 valve gas conversion.
No, I'm chatting about something else with somebody.
Oh, but yeah. They brought these out like about, I would say probably about
just take that bat.
mid 90s. They started bringing out the cab conversion. Fuck me, man. What a fucking thing.
No, MGs, man. Chris, back in the day.
Oh, Mel, you're fucking making me creamy pants.
Yeah, mate. Mel's got one stuck in the garage, man. She wanted to go.
Have you seen what she said, though? Look.
Yeah, no, she told me all about it.
Fucking hell.
It's got cobras in it. It's got everything. Like, it's a fucking jazzed up, snazzed up fucking mini. It's just sat in the garage, man.
You know what? If I had the opportunity, I'll be sitting in that mini crying.
When I get the engine button that straight away.
Wow.
Mate. That is crazy.
It is, isn't it? It's sacrilegious, man. Haven't just sat there.
You kept that one quiet, didn't you, Mel?
No, she said about it before, Joe. You just haven't listened. We talked about it before. Like,
I'll be back in a minute. I've got to go and rub my knees.
Rub one off like over it. It is fucking awesome car. Like,
I hope he's not getting his socks out. Daniel does that.
I keep saying to her, like, get it on the road.
Man.
Yeah.
If I had the money, I'll be offering now. I'll be going.
I'm amazed that you haven't put it up for sale and just let somebody put it back on the road, because it needs to be on the road. It doesn't need to be sat in the garage, man. You get Johnny Smith to come down there and have a look at it. Like, you'll do a channel on it. You got car barn finds. Like, you just go in there and fucking have a look at your car. Like, you say, we'll do it up, get it back on the road.
You saying that? Have you seen that? Do you watch Colin Furs?
Colin who?
Furs.
Oh.
He built a bunker, right, in his back garden.
Oh, is this not the pool that's dug?
Yeah, but now he dug the tunnel, went to his shed, he dug a further one out to his front, like his driveway, and he's literally at the moment halfway through. He's digging like this big old fucking like underneath his
house,
his front garden, basically. Like, and he's going to have it so his DeLorean comes up from the ground. So literally. Wow. So he comes up and he's getting his DeLorean fucking modelled or whatever. Like,
Jesus.
It's crazy. You should see it, John. It's unreal. Yeah, Colin Firth is absolutely unreal.
I'll have a look. I'll sort Colin Firth out. Like. Yeah.
He built a bunker in his back, literally a bunker, steel bunker. He dug a hole. Fucking did all that, and then he decided to make a secret tunnel going from his bunker to his shed and then to his house. So he's got where his pantry would be. He's got a fucking tunnel going to his pantry, and he climbs up the ladder into his house. Wow. And then he goes down and goes through his front.
Oh, yes, I'm subscribed.
I've got the video, like tunnel from house to shed.
Yeah,
mate. Yeah.
I'll give him a watch later. Like.
That'll give you a few hours, mate. You'll be in bliss. You'll be like, really? It's brilliant.
Yeah.
So he's currently doing it at the front, and he's he's got like a space for his workbench bit. But the other bit he's doing,
is he doing cars up, mate?
He does everything, mate.
Does everything. Because I say the DeLorean, like if you could get one that was painted in red.
Yeah,
they're rare as fuck, mate, to get the red ones, isn't they? Yeah, which is
a red DeLorean.
A red DeLorean. Yeah, there was only a certain amount of them brought out.
Wow, I've never heard of that. I've never seen a red DeLorean.
There's they're limited. They're extremely rare to see them.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, it was a fucking car that wasn't painted, wasn't it? So to have a red DeLorean,
silver, wasn't it?
Silver, like yeah.
They couldn't paint them because they're made of aluminium.
That's it, aluminium. Yeah. Have you ever watched the film? Have you ever watched the documentary about John DeLorean.
how to build it.
Fuck me, man! What a fucking crazy situation that was. Got involved with gangsters and cocaine deals, like, and everything at one stage, didn't he? Fuck,
Really?
Yeah, yes. Try and keep it going. Trying to keep the fucking company going. Everything was just like, yeah. Because he used to work for Cadillac. I think it was either Cadillac or something like, or something like that, GM or something like that.
Some high blonde.
Yeah. He used to work for them, and then he jacked them in, like, and then started up DeLorean.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
got to go for a piss, boys. We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, and the DeLorean, of course, he had that built in Ireland, didn't he?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of crazy money went out of that. At one stage, he got in the shit, like, and he actually got involved with gangsters and fucking cocaine fucking dealers. He got caught fucking with a load of coke.
He was involved with drug dealers, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's
trying
right.
to keep the company afloat.
You invented that.
Sad, man, that was sad end. Sad end to a demise to a man. I can't remember who he worked for. I'm sure he worked for Cadillac.
Cadillac. Maybe.
Some company in America.
I was a big high up brand and all that.
Oh yeah, huge company like he used to work for. He walked away from that.
He used to design the vehicles.
He was a big director of something before he went. And then he jacked it all in, like, and started up DeLorean.
Wasn't it Chrysler? I'm sure it was Chrysler.
Yeah, you might be right. Chrysler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Chrysler.
And he designed their cars, and then he says one day he sat there and I'm sure he designed his own car, which was what you just were talking about.
Yeah, the DeLorean, man. That's the car he went for.
I'm sure it was Chrysler.
Who knew when he designed that it would become a time machine?
Exactly. That it was too late for that, wasn't it? That happened after he got in the shit, like.
It didn't take him back to the future, did it?
Yeah, he's okay. He went back in the past, sorted out his ways. Everything's good.
When was that? When was that film? That was 1983, wasn't it?
1985.
1985. So that was just after he'd finished. The company had gone down the pan.
Yeah,
I think the company went down the pan like 83 or something, 84. And then they brought it back for the film, didn't they? And of course, nobody knew how fucking big it was going to be on the film, did they?
You go and check it, everybody in chat. Go and Google.
To be fair, because of that film, it became a classic sort of car, didn't it?
That's right. Yeah. If anybody had known that, like, he might have saved him going with all those drug dealers. Poor man, like. Poor guy.
And they wrecked one in the third film, didn't they? Completely.
Yeah, well, they put it. Yeah, but somebody said they were going to remake it. And
they did. They did remake it.
Yeah, they're going to bring out a new film.
No,
this year,
they won't do that. If they do,
they have. They got it all sorted out. Like Spielberg's on board and everything.
No way.
Yeah, there's apparently going to be something to do with Doc Brown.
As a passenger.
Right.
There's been talk of it for years, but like, you can't have it without both of them,
Well, yeah, but they said that with Axel fucking Foley, didn't they? But it worked.
Axel Foley,
yeah, but you've got all the cast in there, haven't you?
Well, John Ashton's last film, because he died like a couple of days ago, like, didn't he?
He did, yeah. But like
Chris Christopherson died as well. Like that was another one.
Well, the Beverly Hills Cop 4 ain't too bad.
It's not a bad film. It's pretty good. I've got it on.
It's better than the third.
Good film.
I'd make Spanner.
Better than number 3, though, isn't it, John? I mean, you don't want to be jumping around on the fair.
I don't know. I like the way he speaks to fucking old boy in the fucking park, like, Alistair Wall. It's Alistair Wall. Hey, everybody, Alistair Wall. He's the man. He's like that, coming in, like going like that. Alistair Wall. Old boys like that going, no, Axel, don't do that.
Can you remember when he coming to America?
Coming to America.
The royal penis is clean, sir.
The royal penis is clean. Well, that was another film that they remade, didn't they?
I did the second one, didn't I? It was
Yeah,
shit.
that's shit. Yeah, and apparently Lethal Weapon 5 is coming out soon as well.
Lethal Weapon? What?
Really?
And, yeah, it's coming out at the end of the year. Apparently,
Lethal Weapon 5.
Lethal Weapon 5. Yeah.
To be fair, I think they should have they should just leave it. I mean, I like 4, and
4's
the
great,
original
isn't it?
storyline for the fourth one was that he died, but he obviously didn't.
No. If you get a chance to watch them, right? Watch the uncut versions.
Sorry, gentlemen, but what I
Well,
find
Lethal
is...
Weapon.
Yeah, the first one and the second one are
Yeah,
25 minutes.
Version.
25 minutes of extra fucking footage in both films.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
think
both.
when you watch a movie, I do find it watching a movie, right? You watch the first one, you watch part 2.
Oh, what's coming out tomorrow? There's a film coming out on the 4th of October. Trying to remember what it is now. It's pretty.
Oh, it's not the horror film one, is it?
No. It's a fucking. What's getting released tomorrow?
It better be good, John.
It is a good film. It's going to be great.
Not Wolf or whatever, is he?
No.
You all right, Matt?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid shit. Somebody brought a computer over to me earlier on. They go, I tipped fucking shit in this laptop. So can you get my data off it? And I said, yeah, I'll take the SSD out, which is here. And this is fucked as well. I just put it in a machine. It just got hot and wouldn't fucking power up. It's fucked. And they brought me the new computer, which they said, so we need a new computer. Which one should I get? And I said, well, look, I'll look up some good ones now. A Xeon, like proper fucking 3.5 gigahertz Xeon. It's within what you told me your price range. It's just perfect. 17-inch screen, fucking brilliant. Yeah. So what do they go and get? They don't go and get what I fucking said. They go and get an i7.
Oh,
wow.
2.5 gigahertz.
Well done.
Well fucking done. And they've written the password down on the front.
Right.
Yeah. And the password don't work. So I can't get into it anyway. This is the level of fucking
Matt.
here's your data. You can't get it off. No, you can't have it. No.
Can't you bring out the Hiram's boot disc for that?
It's fucking mate, you put it in, it's fucking getting roasty toasty here.
Shit.
No, I'm talking about the laptop. Can you not use a Hiram's boot disc and get into
Mate, do I really want to bother? I'm just going to say, here's your fucking dead drive, and here's your computer that I didn't tell you to buy. Yeah, yeah. Whatever. Good luck with it. It looks like it's got Windows 11 on it as well, which it wasn't meant to have. It was meant to have Windows 10 Pro. It's got fucking Windows. It's got fucking 11 on it.
I don't like Windows 11.
It's fucking shit.
I've got Windows 11. I love it.
I've read about it.
I'll just say that quickly. Joker Folie Door is coming out tomorrow. Yeah, which is a new with whatchamacallit. Who's a Lady Gaga plays Harley Quinn, and if you look at the trailers for it, it's fucking mental. So
it might be mental, but some of these films and classics that we used to watch, I think they've gone over heads and spoiled a lot of films.
Sab just said there's John Wick 5 coming. Yeah, he's already signed up for that. That comes out next year.
It's just some stuff.
How many more people can you kill in that?
Oh.
I think Lady Gaga.
Oh gosh, she sent me a picture in the. Oh fucking hell! Get on, Mel.
I think Lady Gaga's a fucking minger.
Where have you
posted about Joker 2, isn't it?
Yeah, Joker 2. Folie à Deux.
Sing a song.
I hadn't watched the first one yet. To be fair, I should do.
Where have you sent them?
It's a bit heavy, the first one, isn't it? So I'm like,
oh mate, especially when he's dancing to Gary Glitter, like.
Wait, didn't they cut that though? Didn't they cut?
No, that's in the film, mate. That's in the fucking film. When he comes down the steps, when he comes down the steps, the fucking the Gary Glitter's like, "Come on, it's good to be." fucking mental. Where did you put it, Mel?
Fucker.
Where did you put that picture, Mel? Because she says
You're welcome up if you want, Stab, anytime, mate.
Gary fucking Glitter.
I sent you a picture. Where have you sent it to me private, Mel? Because I can't see it.
She sent me on WhatsApp to me.
Yeah, she sent it. She's put it in Discord.
Oh, okay. Mate, you'll be fucking
can't find
creaming.
Oh, mate, I want to see this car so bad.
You'll be changing your pants, John.
Like that, can we buy it?
I know. It's like, I've got to find some money.
Most of it's got fucking Cobra seats in it, like, you know.
And he's undercarriage
That's
pants.
got it for me. Leather Cobra seats. That's what I want.
I love Cobra seats, man. They're fucking great.
Just fucking sit there like an armchair.
I even bought a Mini, I even bought a Mini and then just bought this shell of a fucking scrap car just to have the fucking Cobras out of it. Like, you know, fuck me now. Like, yeah, they're great. Yeah, fucking brilliant. Yeah, send us a picture and.
Wait, Joe, you were saying about films earlier. So you don't like sequels?
Do you like what?
Sequels.
Oh no, it's just
You don't like
when when you watch your first film, say for instance,
I don't know. There's certain films like Get Carter.
What's that?
You know, Stallone made a remake of that, and it was shit.
The same as Jaws, man.
Jaws. Yeah, well, get the one that the one that Michael Caine regrets making is Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh,
he says that's the one I regret. That was purely money. He said at the end of the day that I got. He actually bought a house with the money out of that. He said,
"Correct. It's all about money and what you can do."
He said, "Yeah, I got my
he
mother."
took his name off the credits for that one.
Yeah, he says out of all the films I made, he said, and I've made some corkers over the years, bum wise. He said, but that one, he said, Jaws: Revenge is the worst one I ever made. And he said, that's purely money. Somebody made a fucking great big offer. And I went, yeah, no problem. I'll have that.
Okay.
When
for me, 1 and 2, you can only watch 1 and 2. The third is shit. The fourth is
terrible.
Yeah. You move forward, you know what I mean?
The only reason it took off is because it was 3D, weren't it? It was like they first.
That's right. Jaws 3 was 3D, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. You're right.
Yeah, it's one of the first ones they did with. There was another one. It's like a swashbuckle film. I can't remember what it was. It's like on a ship, and that was all 3D as well. You know when they used to do all the lines instead of you had the was it the green and the red or the blue and the red?
Yeah, the blue and the red.
And they just basically drew over all the lines, didn't they, to make it 3D. And I remember because I had it on telly along with Jaws, and I watched it, and I'm like, I had no idea what the fuck it was. To this day, I still don't know.
3D. I'm not going to go into this matter because I've always once.
Mel, could you send me a picture in
red, blue, or red cyan? And yeah, it's fucking terrible. If you've got colour vision problems like me, I can't see fucking red, green, fucking or red, blue.
With it. Yeah.
I can't fucking see a thing. It's just awful.
Look,
they do it differently now, though, don't they? 3D glasses, they do it different. They don't use the colour.
Yeah. It's full colour.
Well, they use the glasses. I got.
Glasses.
Yeah, but they blur it, don't they?
Yeah. Well, the ones I've got, you have to have a battery in them, and they come with Samsung TVs because I got a 3D TV upstairs. But you have these glasses, and you put a battery in it, and then they'll stop the flicker. And it looks really fucking good.
They're the old school technology because the flicker glasses they can get a bit weird with you. After a while, your eyes start fucking hurting. But I got a 4K 3D TV, and it's got just the polarized glasses, so there's no flicker, and that gives you a full, because you can't get 4K 3D movies anyway. But what you can do is you can get 4K upscaling, so you can take a 1080p movie, upscale it to 4K. Watch that, and it then becomes 1080p, true 1080p 3D, which is if you watch a 1080p movie, when it scales it down, it becomes like 720p. It's not true 1080, but if you get a 4K upscale, it comes down to true 1080.
Wow.
I understand exactly.
Which is really clear, I suppose,
Yeah.
Are you doing what I think you're doing there, Matt?
I took it apart to see if there was any liquid in it. I can't see any liquid in it.
The only downside with that is really clear. I tend to find that puts your backlight on your TV up to full whack.
It does have to, yeah.
Yeah, which means your LEDs are getting cooked in the back of your TV. Like,
it's not a big deal.
Well, but you know, your LED strips I've got 55-inch.
holy fuck!
Under my bed.
My God, man, that car, man, we got to get that fucking car on the road, Mel. What are you doing with it sat there?
Yeah, I knew you'd
Wow.
say it.
Jesus.
Well, I like it.
Fucking
It's only a lookalike photo, though. But you
It
know
is
what I mean? I'm
crazy,
like,
innit?
really?
Well, I can't see the
Wow,
picture.
man. That is a corker of a car, man.
John,
Oh,
and then she tells me, right, she's got pepper pot wheels on it.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Fucking
they're proper, like, they're proper mini, like.
yeah,
people
proper
would
mini
invest
pepper
on
pots. I
there.
know.
Yeah.
If it's that good, people would invest to get that car
Oh,
back.
man,
on
I
the
would get a fucking engine put in that and get that back on the road, Mel. Wow.
Look, if he's already
man,
got an
that
engine in
car
it, we
is
just tinkle with it. I'll be all right.
That's a dream, man. I would have loved to have had one like that. Oh,
Wow.
fucking hell.
Must be
Wow.
good.
Mel, get that car on the road. Do something about it. That's a shame, man. 13-inch alloys on it. Wow.
Mate.
My God.
Hang on, if it's 13-inch, that's bigger than normal, isn't it? So what?
Yeah,
that means the springs must be
yeah,
either
no,
changed or
because at the end
lowered.
of the day, they were 12-inch on the 1275.
Oh, so it will still fit. Yeah, you're
So
right.
she's had the arches done on that as well. So
Well, because it's wide, they're wider wheels, aren't they, as well?
yeah, you've got wide wheels on them as well.
So you'd have to have the wider arches.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they must have done the suspension and the springs on it.
Oh
in
man,
order
it's
to
lowered
have
as
it like
well.
that.
The car's lowered.
Yeah.
Mel, you got to get that car on
Oh,
the road.
no.
Why is it just sat in the garage? Oh
I'm
man, it's
scared.
heartbreaking. Jesus, mate. Fucking hell, I'd fucking have that car in a heartbeat. Yeah,
Well,
do you want to sell it?
if I ever win the lottery, you know who I'm going to see.
Fucking right, man.
Fuck buying a big house. Guess what?
What did you do to it? Like, what did you do to it to kill the engine? Wow.
Yeah, well, unless the engine's real fucked. I mean, to be honest, you could probably sort it. You know what I mean? They're pretty hard wearing.
I don't think it'd be that expensive to get another engine for it, to be honest.
Well, unless you bent the fucking rods in it, it should all be all right. Yeah, you'd have to clean it all out.
What did you do to it? What did you do to it, Mel? Yeah. All right, black window type. Yeah, I see the black windows.
Dido. Oh, here we go. Oh man, stop it.
Yeah, look at that. Pepper Hot 13 Cobra seats in front, MG5 gear. Have you got an MG engine in it? By any chance?
Oh, don't start making me cry.
Oh, fuck me, man. If you need to get that back on the road, man.
Oh, hey, John, calm down, son. We don't want you having a heart attack.
Jesus Christ. Engine
Yeah.
has completely been ripped out. Right, so you took the engine out.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you need to get
job.
another engine put in it. Well, it wouldn't cost much to get an engine for it.
Yeah, but you'd want an original. You'd want an original mini engine, wouldn't you?
Well,
come
for
on,
something like that. Yeah, but for something like
that.
Has that got a straight through exhaust on it, Mel? If it's got straight through on it, you would have to have something that's got a bit oomph in it for a straight through.
You must have a. Yeah, it must be straight through.
Yeah,
or
I reckon,
2-part at the most.
Oh, like double bore, like big pipe at the back, like.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I had twin pipes on the back of mine years ago. Like, it looked fucking awesome and sounded fucking awesome as well. Like, yeah.
Fido Dido, that brings back memories. My mate had a Nova. He had the silver Nova, and he had Fido Dido on the side. And then he had to do something. He had to go do something with it. Turned out it was a cut and shut.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's like, fuck. Got rid of that one really quickly.
My cousin Douglas, like he had a 1600 I XR3. Well, it was a Mark III Escort 1600i RS 1600s, right? And he had it nicked off him right? And it disappeared for fucking 2 years. And then
Yeah.
we found it in Liverpool one afternoon. Well, my cousin Peter found it in Liverpool. And the only way they recognized it was a dent under the bonnet. The rest of it had just been cut and shut. They'd literally cut and shut the fucking car, put it onto
Wow.
another fucking car, like the front on the fucking, you know, it's just crazy.
I like Escorts. They're all good.
Yeah, man. Well, I liked the I like the Mark II.
Yeah.
That's
Which
the one
one
I
was
grew up with.
which one was the square back on it? Was it the 3?
The XR3 was the Mark III.
Yeah, because I had one. I had an Escort, and I banger raced it. Literally.
Yeah, you'd have had a Mark II then. The Mark II had
Was it a
the
Mark
boxy back end. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it had the big box at the end. Because I literally my then brother-in-law had one, and I was trying to find a car to do banger racing. And he went,
yeah, the best ones to
it.
get hold of, like, are the Mexicos, Mexico Mark IIs. Like, they're the best ones to get hold of.
Because the one I had was like, it was cream colour, so I painted it checkered, and then took everything out of it. And a sunroof, so we had to take the sunroof and then just put Ali on the top of it.
That's right, re-weld it. Yeah.
Well, we didn't weld it, we bolted the fucker, but then took everything out, put the bucket seat in, and you know, like normally you had the frame, didn't you, in the back, in the whole thing. Didn't have the frame. What we did, because they're sturdy anyway, we had a great big steel sort of a cross section. Yeah. It was sitting in the middle behind like the driver's seat and all that.
That's right. Yeah, and cross pipe. Yeah,
that's it. So we literally welded the petrol tank onto that.
That's right. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, but a lot of people put the water tank in there, didn't they?
Yeah.
So what we did, fuck that. We put the water tank. We had a big big metal tank, and we put it on, bolted it on top of the suspension. So it sat where you'd normally have all the matrix and everything for the heater, because we ripped all that out as you do. Mate, it never overheated at all. It was proper. But
if it rolled that car as well, it would stay in one piece.
It did. I rolled it 4 times, and it was fucked, right? And the only thing that come off it was the brake. You know, like the brake fucking compartment where you've got all the fluid that come flying out. I was like, oh shit, found it, popped it back in, drove it away.
Off we go.
I was first, and the geezer come around the bend and he fucking spanked me, and I just rolled it.
There's a video on YouTube of some guy rallying a Mark II, and he's on he's like come fucking hounding down the road. And at one stage, an old boy goes, he's gonna lose it. Next thing you know, he's lost the fucking car, span it 180. He's bounced it off this fucking great big concrete wall, like that, and then he's got back on the road, and he fucking carried on like off he went.
They were proper. I mean,
solid.
My mate had one as well. It did the banger racing, had a red one, and the whole back end got fucked, and it to the extent, you know, like where the top part of the window would be, and all that was dented in completely. Still driving it around, everything's fine.
Cortinas are another one as well for that.
Yeah, they work well.
They were fucking great cars as well.
I've even seen a Jag do banger racing. That was quite amazing.
I have as well. I've seen an XJS.
Yeah,
the armchair still in it.
And they were doing it on a dirt track, and it came along, and literally it launched, and it landed on in the ditch bit. And but underneath, they're like, "Oh, we can get all this off." No, you can't.
Bang it out.
A fucking great big post underneath it. It's going. Couldn't do nothing. Had to lift it off. Fucking like 9 people lifting the fucker off it.
I know, mate. There was a Granada I'd seen. Like somebody had a Granada estate. Like, you know, I mean, big
those grannies are great.
Car, man. They're fucking great, man. The Granadas, you know. But it smashed the fucking whole back end in, but it still carried on going. Like, you know, it was a fucking.
Was it Granada X? Was
Granada XL? Yeah, XL. Yeah.
Yeah. If it had X on it, it had more performance.
Well, you know, the police used to have their own ones. They were a mate of mine years ago. His mate bought they used to have car auctions, like they used to auction off police cars, and they got all of this fucking Mark V, I think it was, Granada off the police, and everything in the car had P on it, on the inside it, everywhere, like in the engine bay, everything had P on stamped on it. This thing like did like 145, like easy. Like, you know, and he came flying through this fucking junction, and he lifted the car off the road, like, you know, he got fucking like that through a sort of S bend, like, you know, whee, like that. He lifted the car off. And his old boys going, screamed in the car, like, you know, going, fucking hell, like, you know, the fucking car just not a blip, like, you know, just flew. Everything was just jazzed up on it for the police, like, you know. They just sold
they
it.
just ragged them. They ragged them and sold them.
Yeah, they just got rid of them. They just cut everything. I mean, you get everything in there. You got all the fucking holes in the dashboard and all the fucking holes in the roof and everything, like, you know, where they fucking cut everything out for it. Like, but at the end of the day, you've got a fucking fast car there. You know, it's just got rid of, like, you know, the T5s or another one as well. They used to have T5s.
They did it in the Mondeos as well.
Yeah, and the Mondeos, Mondeos was a great car for a police car.
My mate's old man had an ex-copper Mondeo one. And it flew like fucking
They went like shit off a shovel, didn't they?
Yeah. Although I had a normal Mondeo at one point, and that was all right.
Yeah, well, the 24 valve, I think they might have had the 24 valve, which is a fucking hell of a car, man. Mondeo.
I didn't know. I didn't keep it long. I bought it. Well, I didn't even buy it. Basically, the geezer, rest his soul, he worked for a skip company or something, and no, what was it? No, it was for the dust carts. And he used to park it every day, and he used to look after this car, right? So it was really nice, and he parked it every day at the same place. And they kept saying, "Don't park it there, because one day someone will spank it." He's like, "No, I'll be all right. I'll be all right." Someone spanked it, and the wing of it bit knackered up. So he's like, "Oh." And he hummed and hawed. He was going to get it done. And then one day he just said, "Well, you can have it if you want. I don't want it."
Oh, God, no.
Wow. I went, "How much do you want for it?" And he went, "No, you can have it for free." I sorted some stuff out for him. And he's like, I'm like, "Sure, yeah." So I had it for a little while. I needed a smaller car. And so I sold it to some geezer for like 200 quid.
Wow.
He eventually paid me when I threatened him because he didn't fucking pay me, right? But in the meantime and afterwards, he fucking ragging it to the extent he had the old Bill fucking chase everything. He still got away with it. And then he ragged it down the road apparently, and it burned. It just blew because he hadn't put no oil in it, nothing. He just fucking ragged it. So this car went from fucking like up here to zero in about a minute. It's just like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he fucking ragged the fuck out of it.
Well, my mate of mine, I had a Nissan 200, and I was driving in it one night, and we come up to this junction, we were on a roundabout, and we had this. All of a sudden, I'm like coming up to the junction. There's two roads, one goes off to the left, one goes straight off. All of a sudden, this fucking lunatics come up right under me. Well, on the outside lane, he's then cut in front of me in a Vauxhall. I think it was a GTE, one of those Cavalier GTEs, right? So he's cut me up. Mate's gone, "If you're not going to let him get away with that," like I said, "Fucking right, I'm not." So I chased him down the road. Like I got up to about 145 in a Nissan 200. Man, that's fucking yeah, and a Nissan 200, man, SX.
Oh, okay.
Right, so the windscreen wipers are coming up the fucking window and everything. I'm looking at the fucking speedo. We're doing 145. He's behind me in the fucking in this fucking GTE, trying his damnedest to try and overtake me. And he was like that, like between us, there's like fucking that amount of distance, like. And he tried his hardest, man. And they only do 135 top whack. So I knew he was doing 135 in it, and he couldn't get by me. I fucking left him standing, like, you know, fucking. Yeah, crazy car, like. Man, I sold it to my mate, man. He just ragged the fuck out of it, like when he had it, you know, killed it in the end. But yeah, nice car, best car. Well, one of the best cars I ever had, like the 200. Yeah,
I was going to say the police they don't pay tax on the vehicles, and they don't
pay anything,
and they do their own MOTs, and they don't declare the mileage, and then when they go to sell the cars, they clock them back before they sell them. And they sell them, and they say like, "Oh, look, it's only got 40,000 on the fucking clock," and it's like, as it fuck.
Well, like 140,000.
More like
140,000, yeah.
More than that,
people are beginning going mad about it, saying like the police should be under the same fucking provisions as everyone else. You have to have a proper MOT done,
Yeah, but
And
wait
it
a
has
minute.
to be fucking. You have to declare your fucking mileage.
Yeah, but wait a minute. They have a good service record on their cars. I know that for a fact. They regularly change the oil, spark plug, and water and everything.
Yeah, but the engine
Yeah.
wear is it when it's 140,000. If you don't know what the actual true mileage of that fucking car is, how do you properly service it?
Exactly. How do you really look after it if you don't know?
Yeah, because they just put it through the ministry thing, didn't they? Ministry MOT, and that's it. They go, oh, that's all right.
Yeah, but they still service them though. They still service and do oil changes and everything. They still do that every certain few miles.
Yeah, but what Matt's saying, like, you still don't know the state of the engine.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, exactly. You don't know.
All you're not.
Yeah, you can serve it as much as you want. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you don't know. You don't know that because it's not. They don't have books with everything stamped in there saying service.
It'll just run like a pile of shit after a few.
Probably would be. Probably, yeah. They probably might have stopped doing a couple of services before they sold it. Like, yeah, that's about it. But yeah.
The trouble with a lot of these old cars, they got a lot of poke, but they run into high revs, and then you ain't got more gears. So a lot of old cars had a lot of fucking speed, but they only had 4 gears. And if they had 5th and 6th, you'd be going to fucking mega speeds, like. But old cars, 4 gears, fucking, plenty of go, but like 80, 90, and it was like maxing out on the fucking RPMs, like.
Well, my mate Adam,
they had no power steering, did you? So the old steering wheel was going.
My mate Adam, like, he got this car, like it was a Vauxhall Cavalier, new shape, like, right, 4-door, right, and he bought it out of Vauxhall, like it was a trading car. When they got it open, they looked in there. They had a pile of fucking receipts on it. One of them was $7.5 grand he spent on an engine change. He took a Calibra fucking engine and put it in the fucking Cavalier, right?
What?
Well, yeah, right. And it went like a fucking shit of a shovel, man. 6-speed box on it, right?
Yeah,
and it had a turbo. It had an adjustable turbo on it, right? We couldn't find it, and it was in the fucking ashtray. Like, it was in the ashtray fucking compartment. Like, yeah, open the ashtray, and there was the turbo fucking adjuster. You could adjust the turbo on it. This thing went like a fucking. It was horrendous to drive. It was so fucking fast. It was unreal, right? Front wheel drive, like not rear wheel drive, front, right? So this thing just fucking went like a rocket. Now the only downside was when it came to MOT in it, because the car was a K-plate car, it had a J-Reg fucking engine car of a Calibra.
Yeah,
you couldn't get. You had to have a fucking catalytic converter put on it because it was K-plate, right? So every time you put the catalytic on it, it got destroyed within fucking minutes. Because it was just so fucking pokey, man. It was what a crazy car, man. He had it for about 6 months, like. But the guy spent $7.5 grand, man, putting the Calibra engine in the car, and it was on the bills and everything. He traded in. He got something like fucking 1,200 quid, like. For it, so I just gotta board it in the fucking shop, like, get rid of it.
Must be a fucking genius putting that fucking engine in it, though, especially with the turbo.
Exactly, putting a Calibra in it, man. Fucking.
I mean, yeah, you could do it, but you'd have to move a few bits around to fucking get that right.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of things cut out inside
the car.
There's not
going to be enough room in the fucking.
There wasn't, mate. They cut out all the inside the arches. They had no fucking arches inside inner arches. Couldn't even, yeah, them cut out. Crazy car. Part of me, it was undrivable, but 6-speed box on it. I mean, fuck me, like flew 6-speed. Unbelievable car. Yeah, I think he paid something like fucking 800 quid for it out of a Vauxhall.
Memory gathers. I wonder how many people spent years at night school learning to weld on a Mini or a Morris Minor or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much rust on those fuckers.
Oh, fuck me, man. Yeah. Oh, you
they must have just welding. People go, I learned to weld on this.
I've seen cars.
Morris Minor's got to be one of the most ugly cars in my book. It's like when I see him and I see somebody driving them, I'm like, are you enjoying yourself in that? Because we're not, because it's fucking hurting my eyes.
Oh, mate, they're as bad as the Fiat 127, like, and that was another car, the 127 Fiat. I mean, that was a fucking rattler as well. Rot box,
My dad, for some weird reason, when he was working in BP, he decided he was going to buy a fucking Princess. What a fucking pile of shit.
Rusty fucking wrecks.
They catch alive.
Mate, do you know what used to keep happening all the time? Every fucking month, it'd be like it had hydroelastic suspension
That's
trying to
right.
mimic Citroens, yeah.
That's right.
And it was
Yeah.
always going wrong, and he was
Yeah.
having new fucking suspension put on it. Then a couple of
Yeah.
months would go by, then he'd have another new suspension
They'd
put
go
on it,
again, wouldn't it? Yeah.
and he'd be like, all the fucking time. It's like, Jesus, you know, British car companies, they don't know how to make fucking cars.
What was that?
last.
That was.
They did had the ambassador with that as well.
That's right. They did the
right?
did the
Yeah,
Vanden
my old
Plas.
man, we
and
had
the
an
ambassador,
ambassador, right?
Yeah.
We had an ambassador, and it was all right. It was driving well, lovely. And then we were going down the road one day. What's that smell?
That
Fucking
brilliant.
engine caught a light, didn't it?
Well, I say on
It
fire. like,
literally caught a light. Obviously pulled over, like the old
Yeah.
fire brigade come along, sorted all that out. But like, it's fucking smoke billowing out everywhere.
Billowing
It's just
out,
like
yeah.
the electric just went on it, and apparently
right.
it was quite common.
That's right. Common fault, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking shit myself. I was sitting in the back. We come back from like the seaside or somewhere.
Fucking
Had a
car
lovely
light,
day, and the car caught light.
Yeah.
I'm back. Right.
Here.
Did you go? Did
I'm
But-
gonna have to call it night on my department.
do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Okay,
the
mate, have a good
Allegros?
sleep.
Do you remember the Allegros? They were the same. They had a Vanden Plas of the Allegro.
If we
Well,
say
all right
goodbye
then,
to
Joe.
Joe,
Take
if
care,
we
mate.
say goodbye
Right,
to Joe
Joe.
now, John, he can leave because
See you later,
he's
Joe.
like,
I'll tell you what.
he can leave.
I'll
Bye.
do you a favour and kick you out for you.
See you
All
later.
the best, Joe. Take care.
You don't need to put a scroll anyway. But
No.
nice to speak, John.
Looks
See you
like you're
later,
gonna fall
mate.
asleep.
Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm getting
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
Probably going to start his own life up
Yeah.
in a minute. So so they had an Allegro, Austin Allegro, which was another one that was a real shit car. You know, with the oblong steering wheel. Remember that? Like, fuck, you know, who came up with that idea? Like, you know.
Oh, the old Allegros. Oh.
Yeah, man, they had a Vanden Plas one with a fancy fucking radiator on it. That's all it had. That made it different from the
colours
fucking-
like bright
Oh,
orange.
horrible. Yeah, they had a chocolate brown, didn't they? Shit
Mm.
brown. Yeah. My uncle Dick had a Vanden Plas Allegro. Yeah, he had that right up to the day he died. Awful.
Yeah,
car.
I think him.
British Leyland. I think that was another one. British Leyland cars as well. TR7. Classic one that they fucked up when they took over Triumph. Ruined Triumph.
I had an Astra, and I tell you, they're fucking shite. I fucking hated Astras.
Astras. Yeah, Astras.
They had the anti-roll bar on the front, and
Yeah,
they're
that's
complete
right.
cunts. They always
Yeah.
fucking broke.
The Astras were like, well, they had a. Wasn't oh, I'm getting mixed up with a Maestro, but they had an MG Maestro, didn't they? And an EFI Maestro,
Yeah.
which was really nice. And they had the EFI Turbo as well, didn't they? Which was a fucking really good MG Turbo version of that, which was a really nice car. And the Maestro as well, like the 4-door Maestro as well. Yeah, the MG version of that. That was a nice car as well.
They don't make them like that now.
No.
They don't make cars decent now. It's just like
No.
they just throw away.
Well, they
shit.
don't make cars that look great anymore, do they? They don't look
Not
like
really, no.
distinctive, you know. I mean, Cortinas look great. I mean, my uncle had a Cortina, a 2-door Cortina, which was rare as fuck to see.
They were.
Yeah, I think today there's only like fucking 4 on the road. Like, you know, that's
Really?
yeah, literally 4 left on the road. Of the 2
Someone I know had one when I was young. They had a Cortina.
Yeah,
It was like
that's the Mark III.
a light bluey sort of
Yeah.
really weird, like bluey grey colour.
It might be a Mark III or a Mark IV. One of,
I don't know what it was. But it was all right. It went all right, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of them for years.
No, you see him every now and again. They come up. There was a barn find on Johnny Smith's barn find. He found an XL Cortina in brown in somebody's garage. It had been in there for 35 years, and it was fucking mint when they pulled it out. Like, it was like fuck me, like look at this, you know. And it had something like 35,000 miles on the clock. That's all it ever had from brand new.
I'm trying to think that car my old man had. Was it like is it Avenger or something? No, it was a.
Hillman.
Yeah, it might have been.
Hillman
It's a
Minx.
bright orange car. I remember it, and it fucking went like a rocket. And
Mate,
like my mates got into it with me, you know, take me home or something like. And they're quite happy to go in it because it looked quite sporty. It wasn't really.
Yeah.
It was like.
Nah.
But
No,
I'll tell you what, fucking went.
Yeah. Well, the one that I had a drive in once was a Vauxhall Victor, which is a big boxy car, huge car. I drove out into a scrap
big
yard,
engine as well, aren't they?
Yeah, fucking massive car. Well, a lot of bonnet with not a lot of engine in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it looked really deceiving when you looked at it. They opened it up and it was quite small. Yeah. But
Daniel said, "Crazy John, do you remember the Vauxhall Calibre?" I'd rather not. But...
Well, yeah, the Calibre is what we were on about earlier on. Like 4x4, you had the 4x4 version, and you had the standard 2-wheel drive. Yeah, nice car.
And the little Novas. Oh my god!
Yeah, Novas are great, man. Yes, great cars.
They were proper. They were quite shifty
Citroen
as well.
Saxo was another one as well that came out around the same time. Fuego,
Saxo,
Renault Fuego, which I've seen not so long back. I remember them when they came out, the Fuegos. Fucking crazy car they were. Like, I used to know a lad who had one arm. He used to drive it with his fucking prosthetic arm. He had one of those fucking steering things. He used to like throw it around like he was in a go-kart and he ran away. Fucking crazy car, that. Yeah. Well, he had that and he had that on the fucking he had that on the Fiesta.
I like Fiestas. They're all right.
Another one I remember was a Cloverleaf for Alfa Romeo.
Romeos, yeah.
Yeah, which is what Bond was driving in the film. Like, you know, is it Octopussy?
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful cars they were. Went like a shit off a shovel. Flat four
fucking
as well.
Robbie Reliant.
Like, it was fucking took off. Like, I took a mate of mine out, and he had an estate version of the Cloverleaf, and I took him for a horror ride in it, and he was fucking loving it.
I've got to go for a piss, lads. Hold on. Oh. Talk amongst yourselves.
Cloverleaf. Yeah. There's certain cars I've always wanted over the years. Always wanted a Lotus Carlton. That'd have been a nice car. The Saab 95, yes, Steve. I've seen a few of those in my time as well. Mate of mine had a Saab 95. Crazy system on them. Put the key in it, click the key round, and the engine would then start up from down below. You had a button, I think, on it to start it up. You couldn't get the key out unless you had a certain way of doing the steering wheel to actually get it out once you put it in. Some sort of weird security system on it. Well, we got fiberglass sports cars. Yeah, that would be Alpha GTV. Yeah, fuck me, man. They're nice cars, the GTVs. V6 as well, yeah. Great car.
Who the fuck ever thought of using fiberglass as a car, though?
Oh, mate. Do you remember those wheelchair cars?
Yeah,
the three-wheelers. Right?
Well, the Robin Reliant.
No, they weren't made by Robin Reliant. I can't remember that they were made by a special company that you could put your wheelchair in it and you could drive it, and it had a sort of you didn't have a steering wheel.
The wide door at the side. And
you slide the door on it. Yeah, you slide the door and you get in it, and it had you drove it with fucking bars like that. It's the only way you could drive it. You couldn't steer it.
I don't know what they're called. I know what you're talking about.
Levers on it. But we tried to move one of those once, and we ripped the whole side of the car off. Like, ripped the whole fucking thing off. So, because they're all fiberglass. Yeah. They get this fucking car out of the way. Rip! Whole fucking wing came off. Like, that's a disability cars. Invacar. That's it.
The drive working or not? Is it fucked?
No. I told him it's fucked. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely fucked.
Fucking hell.
WRX. A couple of those went for sale in the classic car auctions this weekend. They were fetching 23 grand
Wow.
for a WRX. They also had a Tommy Mackinnon Evo 6 that went for
That's
22,000.
Hillman Avenger. That's what my old man had.
Yeah, the Hillman Avengers were great cars. Rock boxes as well, but great cars.
I don't know where he got it from.
Fucking hell, man. Wow.
As a rally though, but fucking hell, yeah. He didn't use it to rally in, although a few mates said that my dad drove like a rally car driver.
My mate had one of my other mates, he had a Hillman Minx in a field. He had it in there for fucking 20 years. Got it out of the field, like sorted it out, started on the first turn of the key, like nothing was wrong with it. Been in the fucking field for 20 years, like can't believe it. Yeah. Hillman Minx.
That's the thing with these old cars, you could leave them in the field for fucking God knows how long.
Donkeys, yeah. Yeah.
You wouldn't do that now. You couldn't put a fucking modern car and leave it for 10 years. It'd be fucked after one.
There's a guy got a car like that comes up on Facebook now and again. He got this he got a Lotus Amiga, but it was converted. Okay. It was converted to a right-hand drive, so it was then classed as a Carlton. So, and it's like stuck outside his house, like, and it's been outside his house for nigh on 15 years, like, just parked up in this fucking thing. It's in this terrible looking garden outside the front of the house. It's just been left there for 15 years, never moved, like, and it's just a fucking, you know, there was even a website for this car as well, like when it first came into the UK, and it was like, it looked fucking mint when it came in the UK, but they'd done a dodgy fucking conversion from left to right hand drive on it, and yeah, it just sits in this fucking garden, man. It just looks heartbreaking. You go, fucking hell, man, that's $100 grand car, you know, it's just sat there, do it fuck all, like. You know, Lotus Carltons, man. I could have had one of those like for 15 grand, like back in fucking hell, 1997. I could have bought one for 15 grand. I didn't bother buying one. I waited a couple of years and went and bought.
My cousin's mate had he saved up for years and years to get a car, and he bought a Lotus Elise.
The nice cars, like.
I'll tell you what, fucking hell. He wouldn't let me drive it.
No, rocket ships. They are quite rapid, like, yeah.
He let my brother drive it because my brother, like, he's a mechanic basically, and he just went, "Yeah, I'll have a go." He wouldn't let me. He said, "You're too inexperienced. You'll fucking lose it." I'm like, "All right."
My mate did,
and I believe him now. You know what I mean? Because they went like shit off a shovel, didn't they? But they were nice.
My mate had a Lancia Integral, well, not the Integral. He had the Lancia HF Turbo, which is basically the European version of the Integrale, right-hand drive, and he had that. It was an Evo 2 as well, like, so it was an Evo version of it, and he wouldn't sell it to me. He said, I won't let you have it," and he sold it to another mate of mine, who rode it off within fucking 3 weeks of having it, bounced it off a fucking curb, smashed the whole fucking front part of the car. But yeah. Gutted, man. The whole back of the car was rotted to fuck on it. That was the only downside with the Integrales, like the Lancias, like they just rotted like fuck. You know,
every fucking car rotted.
Yeah, but Lancias were not well known for it. Yeah, but yeah, I could have had that. It was a nice car. I had a drive in a Renault 5 GT Turbo Series 2. My mate had that. That ended up in Max Power magazine. It was on the front cover. It was called the Black Reaper. And he let me drive it one day. Fucking hell, fucking rapid car that was. Got 140 out of that quite easily. Yeah, fucking fast as fuck that car was.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Renault 5 GT Turbos, man, beautiful car. Smashed the windscreen on it one day because it had a squeak on it. Couldn't find where the fucking squeak was, so it was like fucking squeak, bang! Windscreen's gone, rink.
Yeah, and we've all done. I don't know about everyone, but I've done that. Hit the windscreen, like, you know, just pissed off. You go, "Oh, fuck's sake!"
Yeah, just kept hearing the squeak in the car. It's like, where the fuck's it coming from? Like, fucking thing, like, bang! Fucking.
Oh mate, I've knackered so many bloody things pissing around like and in anger. Like, I did I had a car and I was in Asda's car park. Like, I've done the shopping. I've gone to it. Gone, yeah, this is all right. And like you sit on the back of the trolley and fuck around, didn't you? I went into the back of my car and fucking broke my headlight. The back light. I'm like, no.
I had my Cosworth light, right? So I bought a sapphire flint grey G-plate Cosworth.
Cosworth,
it was 2-wheel drive. I paid $2,500 for it. Like, and I had it for about 2 months. And I was driving back from this place like I used to work at. Driving back, I've gone out to see my boss and my ex-boss, and he used to drive Cosworths. So I went and took him the car light. Said, "Look, I got one of these." He's gone, "Fucking hell, great car light." So I'm driving back. We were at this this part of the junction. We're coming up to this part of the road. This bloke's in the middle of the road, like trying to turn to his right. So there's a load of cars, 2-way road. Not much maneuverability. You can't get past him. He's like in the middle of the road. Anyway, we're all like waiting for him. No one's letting the fucker go through, like on the other side. Next thing you know, hear this bang, like that fucking dink, 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 all the way up, like to my car, straight in the back, smashed the whole fucking back of the back light on the passenger side, put a great big dent in the car, wrecked the fucking bumper. They looked really bad, man. I was fucking mortified, like, for fucking 3 weeks, like, trying to get it sorted out. My old dear had to get the fucking thing sorted out in the end, like, because I just couldn't get it sorted. And then
the Cosies, their parts were fucking expensive.
Yeah, but again, this, like, I had the car, I got it all sorted out, and I had the car on the road for about 2 weeks, and then rode it off at 35 mile an hour.
What?
Twisted the frame 11 mil out.
Oh, 11 mil?
Just only 11 mil, yeah.
Oh, good hell.
Yeah, and the only way you could tell it was cracked as well, and when they seen it, when they seen how the frame was twisted, there was a little dipple in the top of the car
on the chassis.
Yeah, on the top of the chassis. He said, "Yeah, fucking cars." And they put it on the fucking thing and measured it out. We went, "Yeah, 11 mil out." And I was like, "Fuck me!" Like, what can I do with that? And they're going, "Well, that's going to cost you fucking $2,500." Just to get that. And there wasn't really any damage to it, man. It was all I'd done was smash the fucking front wheel a little bit because that's where it hit the wall on the wheel, and it had somehow smashed the wheel and it had gone up a little bit. And then because it had just twisted the frame, it just twisted it 11 mil out. And so, he said, "Oh, $2,500 job. That is $3,000." I was like, "Oh, fuck." I was mortified, man. I had to go and buy another one. So when I bought another Cosy, then after that, I went and bought another one, totally unmolested, and it was a burgundy one. I spent $2,000 on that. Bought another one, and then
burgundy, fucking
it was not burgundy, magenta, isn't it? Magenta, sorry, magenta color, and it was on an F plate, and it was unmolested as well. Do you know? Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, unmolested. That means it had nothing done to it. I mean, they're fetching today. They're fetching 25 to 30 grand if they're untouched, and I paid $2,000 for it, and I let it go for 600 in the end. I let it go because I lost my license as well at one stage, so I had to let it go. I'm mortified. That's when you could pick them up for fucking $2 a penny, man. I mean, nowadays I've had 4 cars that over the years they've just gone horrendously up in value. I had a Mark II XR2 as well. Like, they're going for fucking 25, 30 grand a day. Like, but it's just I've had I think three to 4 cars I've had that every single one of them has made serious money in the last 20 years. If I just kept hold of them and looked after them, my attitude was I was the last person to drive them, like, so I drove them like I was the last person to drive them. That was my problem. Yeah. Shame, really. Minis as well. I mean, that's another one as well. I mean, the 1275, man. I mean, mortified.
I still kick myself today about minis, though. I mean,
right.
I had 2, and I could have done
3.
something. I didn't bother.
Yeah. I had 3.
I had 1. I had it on a trailer because I was going to fucking do it up. I got it started once, and it run really lovely, and then it wouldn't do it again. Wouldn't start. I changed fucking the electrics, done everything with it.
I couldn't get it.
Nothing wrong with
Mine, I couldn't get in the gear
Yeah.
on one of them. Just could not. I changed the slave on it. Has changed the fucking clutch. I done everything in it. It just would not go in the fucking gear. Couldn't get the fucking clutch plate to do anything.
And my one just didn't want to
everything with
start. It didn't matter what I fucking did with it. You know, we even took the clutch out. We had a look at
Yeah.
it, fucking fine, done everything on it, done the timing.
Yeah.
It just did not want to go. Even changed the starter motor because you know it's just a fucking 3 bolts. Off you go, put it back.
That's
again.
right. Quite easy.
And yeah, and it just did not want to do it. And I'm like, I still to this day would love to know what was the matter with it.
Same with this, with the gearbox.
But the piston, you know, you think, oh, the pistons are seized or something like that. They weren't. They would move. They would perfectly move. Everything was good. Nothing rusted. It's like, what the fuck's the matter with it then?
Yeah, what is wrong with this car? Yeah.
I had to get rid of it in the end. I just fucking sold it, and I'm like really pissed off.
Yeah,
and to this day, I'm still gutted. You know what I mean?
Oh, the orange one. I just couldn't get the clutch sorted out. It was just something I just couldn't. I did everything. I changed the slave on it. I changed the fucking oil, you know, the fluids. I did everything I could, and it just would not get in the fucking gear. Whatever, it wouldn't lift that clutch plate up. So whatever I fucking did with it.
Did you change the clutch as well, though? And obviously
everything. Yeah, I did everything I could fucking do with it, John, and it just would not fucking go in the gear.
Right, I can't remember. You had to for the belt, didn't you? You had to fucking put it in a specific position when you put the belt on and do everything else. And yeah, because
this one. I remember it was just something to do with the little fucking thing. You have that little slave thing. It's got the little rubber thing on the end of it. It looks like a dick, really, on the fucking on there. And then you got the 2 filler tanks on it and the pipes and everything. And then I just did everything I could with it. It just in the end, I was like, "Fuck this," and I just took loads of bits off it in the end and just got rid of it. Like, you know, I just couldn't do it. It was hard work because if you had to get it anyway, you had to crash box it just to get it fucking going, like, you know, bang in the gear and off you go, you know. But it just fuck, it can't be asked. Yeah, and then the 1275
because like you, I couldn't. It just would not start. It would carry on. Wouldn't carry on. It just didn't want to fucking start. Didn't want to do it. Yeah. Got rid of it, but I've got parts off it first and did whatever. Like,
I had another one as well. My first Mini as well. The first Mini, I had that had issues with the braking system. We couldn't get the brake system sorted out. So every time, just to get it to go from to do the front brakes, it would always lock up on the back, and it was lethal if it locked up on the back because that meant the car went like that, you know. But you know, every time
it calipers on it.
Oh, something was like pipes. It was probably pipes or fucking seals probably inside the fucking pumping system.
Yeah,
you know, it's just a fucking.
I found on a Mini with the brakes at the back. Obviously, you got the drum brakes, haven't they? So
yeah, drums on the back,
calipers and all that. But if you know, like there's a little trick you could pinch the fucking pipe.
That's right.
So you wouldn't have to bleed it. You pinch the pipe, get it all sorted, put it all back on. Yeah. But if you pinched it wrong, you'd have a hell of a job to get it right because you literally fuck it.
I think mine was a W plate, the first one I had, like, and that was drums all around. So they didn't have discs. The 1275 had discs. I remember that for a fact because they had discs on the front of the 1275. That's why they had 12-inch wheels on them. So yeah, but the 1275 was another one as well. I mean, I had that that looked wicked. That car did. It just looked awesome, and I in silver as well, with all the 1275 like down the side as well on the car. The sign and signage. It just looked fucking awesome in silver. They had the Revolution wheels on it as well, black 4-spoke Revolutions. Like I think they're 12-inch. It just looked fucking mental car, like. And then I smashed the fucking subframe up on it, and then it cost me fucking I had to on the front subframe. I went round a corner somewhere, and the fucking car just carried on straight, like, you know. I went bang, ripped the whole over, and the fucking steering went like limp.
Mate,
Took
I
it
bet
up
that,
to-
that subframe to shit, didn't it?
Yeah, the guy said, "Oh yeah, subframe's gone. That's a new subframe. It cost me like fucking 650 quid to get the subframe changed and put in the car." And then they had the car for about another 3 weeks after that. And I remember going to a show with it, and I remember this guy coming up and he was taking photos of it. He's gone, "Fucking hell!" He said, "I haven't seen one of this livery and this color." He said, "You want to look after this, like, you know, it's a real good car." And I even remember the guy who sold me the car as well. He's gone, "Oh yeah, I spent a lot of money on it. Look after it." I'm going, "Yeah. I treat it like it's my fucking, you know, it's my kid, like, you know." Next thing you know, like I fucking wrote it off fucking 6 weeks later, and then I reshelled it, right? And I managed to get it reshelled with a 1975 Mini Clubman Mini body kit, body shell put onto the fucking car. And the only difference, right, between the 75 and the 1980 fucking Mini was the fucking gearbox inside, where you put the fucking, you know, where you put the stick. Inside that was two different things on it. Between 75 to 80, they changed it. So they couldn't fucking bolt the fucking thing in properly. So we reshelled
the fuse boxes, though, wasn't it? The front fuses you got, you know, your connectors. You know. Between certain years, they changed them.
That's right, and they changed the way they went in as well. You had a certain bit you could bolt it in to the fucking frame, and they changed it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if you got the wrong one, you couldn't fucking use the other one.
You couldn't do it. No.
I remember I went to a scrappy. I thought, I'll fucking take that one. Oh, I'll take that one. That's a bit different as well. Got back, did the car. I went, oh, fuck's sake. Luckily, I got both of them. And I'm like, oh, it's that one then.
Mate, you had to weld the fucking bit in it. He said, I had to weld the fucking thing in it so I could get it in. We fucking reshelled it and everything. Like, we just changed the fucking VIN plates over and everything on it, you know.
I don't know about scrapyards now. I haven't been to one for years because we used to go into scrapyards, get what we wanted and some more, like pay for whatever we had to get, and then obviously had something down our pants or something. You know what I mean? Mate,
we used to go in and have a laugh. We went in.
Always have a laugh.
Yeah. We actually used to get them started up in the scrapyard. Yeah, I actually drove a car inside the scrapyard one day. Like, it was a fucking car parked outside it. I went, oh fucking hell, the keys are in it. Ring, and it went in the scrapyard. Like, it was gone, like, you know. We had a lot of fun in there. We got
tell you what, though, the old scrapyards, like, there was always like sort of travellers and stuff, weren't they?
That's right.
And my mate lived basically lived on a fucking site with all the scrapyards and all that.
Jippos as well, like.
Yeah, and he fucking lived on one in a caravan. I went round there one day.
Yeah.
I was there till quite late at night, and I fucking went, I'm going home now. I went up, and I'd never been there at night. I've never thought anything of it. I'm driving back up. They fucking put bollards and shit and everything at the front, you know what I mean? So you can't get. And there was someone there waiting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And they literally just moved this fucking great big bollard out of the way. I went, see you later, yeah. All right, off I went. Fucking no questions asked. You could just see the fucking digger going back, fucking moving it overnight. Fuck me.
We never got in that sort of predicament. We got to the situation. I remember one guy said one time, we got caught. We had a car going one stage. We had it resting up against another car, and it was an automatic box. And at one stage, we got it rammed up, and my mate's just gone, and the fucking wheels are spinning like that. You know, rubber coming off it. Big white smoke going over the fucking yard. Like, all boys rushed over thinking the yard's on fire. And when we looked at the speedo at one stage, he was doing 140. What? It was just like wheels like that. Like, fucking hell, like, you know. But yeah, we got a lot of grief for that. Old boy said, fucking hell, you should be messing around with the cars in there, like, you know. But it was a joke to see how many we could get started. Because I took my mate down there. This is like back in about 1990. I said, hey, you know, you can get certain cars started over in the scrapyard. He's going, yeah, fuck off, man. You're in a fucking scrapyard. I ain't going to fucking start up. I said, like, I'll tell you this now. I fucking did. And we fucking did, man. We had a Toyota Corolla in there, like, right. We managed to get it started, and at one stage we had this bank in the scrapyard, like a big fucking steep bank. We're going up and down, and it's the first time I've ever heard a gearbox go ging ging. you know, as you're throwing it in gear, like first to fucking reverse, like ring, ding, ding. Man, I've never heard a gearbox. Never heard a gearbox do that since, like, you know, make a fucking gink noise. It's fucking mental. Up and down, driving fucking cars. We had a Princess style, we had a Capri style in there. We had all sorts of fucking things going in there at one stage. It was fucking mental. The days afternoon, like, you know, in between shifts, I was working as a chef then, so we had split shifts. Like afternoon was out entertaining ourselves in scrapyards. Funny as fuck.
Matt, I've got sorry, John. Matt, memory gatherers has got on here. You Urbex lads and lasses using Sony A7S series still? Question mark. I've got a Victron 17mm one frame 1.8 for more building interiors rather than Urbex. But what do you use?
I use Samyang. Is it 14? This one's got the Samyang 24 on it, but this is I've got two lenses, a 24 and the 16 or 14 on it, and it's really quite good because it's what do they call it? A spherical lens, so it doesn't look fisheye. You know, it bends out the edges so everything looks straight. So yeah, good. They're quite good. There's is it 2.4 iris on it, f-stop. But you know, the camera is such a low light camera anyway. It really doesn't matter that you've got like a slower lens on it.
There we go.
And yeah,
that's the man. I have no idea on that one.
I'm selling this one here with a 25 on. If anybody wants to give me, I want 500 for the body and 200 for the lens, so 700 if anybody wants it. A7S2.
There you go. I hope that answers your question.
And I've got a DJI Mavic 2 with a 1-inch sensor on it. So good in low light. Really good image on it.
I might get one of them.
500 quid. 500 quid for that. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to get sent to Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Oh.
He sent to Ukraine. So I can see in the dark.
Hey, they should have it in Israel. Like, have you seen the fucking shit that's going on out there at the moment? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Brady was going to have the drone, but then he kind of went, So, yeah. And someone else was going to have the camera, and for 4.5 months later, he goes, "Oh yeah, I got the money for it," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, all right." And so they're all up for grabs if anybody wants them.
What's up?
No, I ain't got the money. Otherwise, I probably would, Matt. You know,
A7S Sony A7S2 with a gel cover on it. 500 for the body, 200 for the lens. Is Samyang 25 lens, and it's a 1.5 lens, f 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah. So that fucker we'll see in the dark.
Nice.
You want 500 for that?
For the body, 200 for the lens. Yeah.
700 quid.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they're going for. It's like 500 for the body.
Yeah.
Everyone's selling for.
Seen them going for that. Yeah.
And the other thing is as well, you'll get 6 batteries with it, with a external charger, so you can charge 2 at a time, and 6 batteries. You'll be fucking going all day long.
Wow.
And to be fair, I have to admit, I bought stuff off Matt. I bought my Bovlo off you, didn't I?
I mean,
works like a treat. Everything was fine, and it was mint. I mean, what can I say?
Well, so no. We'll see what happens. See what happens in a few weeks. Like, got it. If you still got it, I might be tempted to buy it.
Yeah,
I haven't got 500 at the moment. 700 at the moment. We've got to get that sorted out. But it will happen.
I mean, the thing is, it was a great camera, and I used to use it on my big gimbal and stuff, and I took it to Paris. That's been in the Paris catacombs. It filmed really well. I mean, it's great in low light. If you want to film in like next to no light, you know, and still be able to see, like walking down a dark lane with no lights on, you know, and shit, that's the camera for it.
So that takes film as well as pictures, yeah?
It takes pictures, but it's only 12 megapixels because the S is the low light version. They do 3 versions. They do the A7, then they do the A7S, which is low light, and they do the A7R, which is high resolution, but not good low light. But it's got like 60 megapixels on that one, and the A7S is 20 megapixels. But the A7 is 20 megapixels, but the A7S is only 12 because the way it uses the pixels is for video work primarily. So it really does focus those 12 down for night use, and it's got like a noise thing in it to get rid of all the like digital noise for night work, so it looks really clean. But that's why the A7Ss have always had 12 megapixel sensors. So, but it's better for night.
Wow.
So if you want something to take photos and video, you might want the A7 or the A7R. You're really high res. But if you want something for video work, the video cameras, the ones that are really set up for video, is the S's, and they're low light.
That's what I need. Like, need something to do with video and pictures.
Yeah, video is the S. I mean, you can shoot fine on an A7, but you know, once you get down to low light, it's not really designed for it. No, it's not really designed for it.
So you got to go around with a torch as well.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, like I've filmed in like literal absolute pitch black where we've just got like street lights bouncing off a cloud and that sort of shit, and we're like round the back of a building in the shadow of a building, and I've been filming like with Sam and Jess, and it's like you can see you don't need lights, so it's a really good stealth camera if you want stealth, you know.
Cool.
But I have the A7S III, so I don't need this one anymore. So yeah, which I don't use as well. Fucking last time I got that out was like 7 months ago. It's just I want
that.
I mean, you know, to be honest, folks, so you want to get a good low light camera that you can hold in your hand and there's a gimbal stabilizer. It's the Pocket 3. Yeah.
Wow.
In some respects, I mean, it depends what you want. If you want that high quality sort of image in low light, it's the A7S and the A7S III. But if you want a pretty good image in low light, then the Pocket is there. But, you know, it only shoots in 8-bit color, which is the same as the A7S II. But the A7S III shoots 10-bit color in low light as well. So it's just that little bit extra. It's not a lot to write home about. For most people's use, they won't know the difference because most people won't even edit. They won't even know what 10-bit is, and they won't even turn it on, and they won't shoot in it. And it's like, for most people, they just be like, fuck me, this is great in low light, and they won't load it. You've actually got a few modes you can also turn on if you have the A7S III. But for most people's use, an A7S III is the same sensor, behaves pretty much exactly the same as the A7S II, but it does have 10-bit. But you mostly want that for daytime shooting, not nighttime, you know, 10-bit color.
I need something that going in the dark. Going inside places.
I've literally gone in buildings where I'm just picking up the street lights through the window, and it's like fully daylight, fully crisp clear, and it's like you don't need to turn your torch on, so nobody knows you're in the building.
Right.
So it's that good. Like,
need to get back into the exploring.
Yeah.
Might start it up again like next week.
But you know, it's a heavy camera, but Dan Dixon loves his. I mean, he's walking around all day long with a big heavy. The Sony lenses are really heavy, you know, and he's walking around with that all day long. And by the way, it's got an internal. The A7S II and III have got an internal image stabilizer, which is actually on the sensor, so the sensor moves. Wow. Yeah. So you can put a cheap lens on there that doesn't have image stabilization. Like this Samyang doesn't have image stabilization, but it doesn't matter because you can turn it on inside the camera and the camera has image stabilization. Wow. So you could put any old lens on you like and it's image stabilized.
Cool.
Yeah. And it does work well as well, this image stabilization. I put on some big old zoom lenses, some really fucking long ones, and you just dial it in. You just dial in the menu. You just say, oh, it's a 1,200 millimeter lens. And it goes, okay. and then it accommodates, so it doesn't over stabilize for that lens.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can put any lens you want on it, really. And I got a Canon mount for it, so I use Canon Samyang lenses, because if you just use the Sony E mount, then you've got to buy Sony lenses, and Sony lenses are thousands of pounds. And why not use your old Canon lenses? You know, just get a Canon adapter.
Sweet.
Don't worry about it. You know, just stick your old Canon lens on it. Job
I used
done.
to have a Canon. I had a Canon 450. But that died.
Yeah. The A7S II has never had brilliant autofocus, but I do not want autofocus. I do not touch autofocus. I do not trust it. I will not use autofocus on these cameras. And all I do is I got a Tipex mark on my lens. I focus it for infinity and I get it right. And I put a Tipex mark there. And when I'm out filming, I just dial in the Tipex mark and that's it. I never touch it. I film all night long with it focused to infinity. And if you get close to something, I turn the iris down. So it just sharpens the focus. Just turn the iris down. So everything's in focus. I don't bother with focusing. I just want it to always be distant focus. And if I really want to see something, you can dial it in. If you want to, you can dial the focus in. Yeah. But then you just go straight back to your Tipex mark. I don't even want to use those, like it's got focus assist. So it'll show you blue marks on whatever's in focus. So you just rack the focus and it shows you blue marks moving through the scene until you get it on the object you want. It's a waste of time. Everything is just distant focus. You just don't need it. For these wide lenses, you don't need, you know, it's the only thing you need focus for is when you're using like a telephoto lens. Yeah. But these lenses are so wide, you stick it on infinity and everything's in focus. If somebody walked up in front of the camera like that, yeah, that'd be out of focus. Then I've got two choices. I can fuck with the focus, which means I've got to pull the focus back later on to the Tipex mark, or just turn the iris down and it's just fully in focus. When you turn the iris down, the ISO goes up on the camera, but it's almost like imperceivable. You don't realize because it can go up to like 100,000 ISO and it still looks pretty good. So you can just turn the iris down and it just goes, the image just becomes focused, but I'm just focusing with the iris, not the focus. So to be honest, it's much easier. And this is a cine lens as well. It's not just a normal lens. It's a cine lens. It's got the gearing. So if you want to put a rack mount on it for use on you can have a manual rack down here, or you can have an automatic rack. You can have an automatic motorized rack on the focus and on the iris. And then you can have your stabilizer and you have the focus on the stabilizer and you just focus from down here. You don't put your hand on the lens because you'll touch the camera and fuck the stabilization.
Fuck everything up, yeah.
Yeah, you just focus from down here on a little control. Just But to be honest, you'd have to be a cinematographer to want to do that. You don't need it for what we do.
I just want to take it out of a box and fucking use it.
Yeah, just literally switch it on, make sure the focus hasn't moved, make sure that this is the Tipex mark. Yeah. You don't have to fuck with it. It's just all night long, just film like that.
Cool. See what happens.
So, yeah. I mean, the Pocket 3's got really good autofocus, and the A7S III has apparently got good autofocus, but only if you use Sony lenses. And then it suddenly goes, I've got autofocus. But if you put a Canon lens on it, it goes, what am I doing? And it's like, you didn't buy the Sony lens, did you, sir?
That's right. Don't use these secondary parts. Buy Sony. Yeah.
You've got to buy a Sony.
Classic Sony, that, isn't it? Classic.
Yeah, it's a fuck you from Sony.
Yeah,
but
you.
Nobody who's professional would ever... Nobody professional would ever touch autofocus anyway, because it's too much random. But the Pocket 3 does have very good autofocus. It's very quick. But the only thing is, if I put my arm into the scene to point something, I go like up there, focuses on my hand straight away. So I've got to remember to not do that. I've got to go, can you see up there on the hill? Because I go, see there on the hill, and everything goes focus on my hand. But it's very quick. It's like immediate focus on whatever's close and what's happening, like, you know. So yeah.
Right.
But it is good autofocus. I rely on it. It never really fucks up unless I put my hand in front of it, or if I go up to a window and there's dirt on the window, it focuses on the dirt on the window. And I haven't quite worked out. There probably is a way to say like force it into infinity focus, but then when I'm going up to a window, I just try to find the clean part of the window and stick it there. Or another way to do it is to wave it across the window so it can't see the dirt. So you just move it so it can't, and it sees through the window. Then if you keep moving, sees through it. But it's very good. It like junk picks up on the focus of the dirt on the window rather than what's outside. But you know, it's really quick focus.
Wow.
And it doesn't hunt as well. Like, you know, a lot of phone cameras, they sort of and they focus, they like that. It's not. The Pocket 3 just locks straight away, and it's like when you move your hand away, it's just bang straight back to infinity. It doesn't fuck about.
Yeah, I had that problem. I have that problem with my phone. That's why I do wide now, like you said, because you do it at a normal, and it will go in and out all the time, and you're thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So you said do like a wide, you know, wide angle. So I did that, and it doesn't do it hardly at all. Then,
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah,
it always
wide
wants
angle
to pick something. Yeah, it always wants to pick something up, doesn't it? You're like, fucking hell. So you end up with footage, and it goes out of focus quite a bit.
Constantly going in and out, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it's to do with moisture, but it actually isn't.
Oh, it's to do with it struggling.
I think the Samyang 14 lens is wider than the Pocket. So, I mean, they are good lenses for doing urbex work, because you walk into a room and it's a tight room, but you can see from that side of you to that side of you, and it's all straight. It's not like a fisheye, but it sees from there to there. If I put my hand, if I got the camera like this, and I put my hand by here, that's catching my hand, like literally like that. That's catching my hand, you know, there and there. It's like catching my hand, really wide, but it doesn't fisheye the image. It's good.
Well, folks, I'm gonna end it now. The live stream, that is, nothing else, just to make sure you're all in the same boat. Thank you very much, Matt, for coming up, and also John. Pleasure to see you as usual.
Cheers.
And yeah, I'm off. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. It's been great, and yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah,
see you later.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.
I've got to end it now, haven't I? I can't fucking end it. I can't.